Alert, alert, alert. All hands, pay attention. Alert, all hands, pay attention. There has been a production issue. Feature Race 1 is no longer viable. It is now named Feature Race 1.1.1. Repeat, the correct race for Feature Race 1 is Feature Race 1.1.1. Do not join the other one. Any questions?
I think
Cold open's still the cold open. Which you should be in right about now.
Oh, God!
Oh my God!
All right, see you soon.
Oh my God!
Wow, the rest of us flinched in our seats.
It's literally everyone ducks in the room.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And so I have something for you. It's
Well, now I know the other one.
1987 Toyota Land Cruiser FT60.
Hell yeah.
And it is stacked up against a 2011 Benz G55.
We're gonna make this quick.
Oh my goodness!
Oh.
Oh,
There goes my,
oh, you can't
my
pay
streak
for that
with
kind
that
of entertainment. Oh, yes, you can. I guess
There's
that's exactly
more.
what you
We're
can
not
pay
done
for.
yet.
What happened? There's no one behind me for some reason.
All right. This.
XRs.
back me up here. Thank you.
2001 Honda XR.
The worst KTM 690.
650R.
Yeah, it's yeah, that's true, Tyler. Sorry, Tyler.
Apparently, I'm hanging out with KTM and Ducati nerds tonight. He's going to get towed through the straight. But will it lead to an attacking position? They're going to stay flat through it. Oh, I saw a lift. I saw a lift. Aggressive. Oh, I like it. The car that made Porsche so angry that they willed the GT3 Touring Edition into existence just to with people like this guy that's selling this car. Here it goes.
Oh. Ooh. Okay. Good now.
Respectable. Oh, but
Oh.
then...
Somebody straightened me out after that.
Ooh, bonk.
Oh.
Bonk.
Who am I riding on?
little drama. Well, that brings us to the end of the cold open race, and we are not actually even going to bother looking at the results because at the end of the... I'm sorry. Hold on. Did you win, Mr. Goat? Okay.
Nobody actually knows him.
Fair, yeah.
On your left.
That's a pass.
Oh my God! He pulls through it. What heroism! It's not a man; he's a monster.
Not the way I intended to do that one, but it worked.
All right, folks, we're
And
advancing.
I agree with you. I agree with you completely.
I feel like it has to be the luggage.
All right. Well, let's see if you were right. Of course, it's not the luggage.
You tricked me.
Testarossa. How is this a trick? It's not a trick.
Derek, you were just locking up like
I
crazy.
am not clearing your meatball if you get meatballed.
Yeah, that's how I got this car.
Yeah, there is an incident
Note
right
on
there.
Conan's telemetry that he never actually hit the brake.
What is
I have
going
never
on
seen
over
him
here?
once attempt to avoid a collision.
So what I was gonna...
Tonight we race. Wait, Goals, what are you doing?
I don't know. I'm playing around, buddy. Oh, wait.
Asshole. We race.
So there's two of them. 'cause-
Was that one for you? One for you
Yes,
and one for me?
That's exactly correct.
And did we get the Conan one?
Well, oh, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, now we are all caught up
Off to a swimming start.
on
today,
production
I'll tell you
skills.
what, buddy.
Welcome to the final episode of Season 3 of
Where
Tonight
is
We Race.
everybody?
Let's put us back out in the
Is
center
it so
here.
small?
There
I
we
got you all
are.
on my map.
We are
you can't
joining
see us.
our drivers
Okay.
Yeah,
in
we're
their accidental lone qualifier
There, but we're not there.
on Suzuka East.
That's true. Traditionally, they're swarmed with AI,
$5
even in the
word.
cold open qualifiers. So I'm sure they'll like this.
Well, it's going to be a bit more of a system shock for them. I'm actually okay with that.
Oh yeah, good idea. Good idea.
The calm before the storm.
It also leaves the AI as a big
Yell
question
louder.
mark.
Yeah,
What
you gotta yell
exactly
louder,
are they
Mike.
up
We can't
against
hear you.
tonight?
That's a really great question, and
Well,
I
say
fear that I will
louder.
ruin it for everyone if I say, but it's
Bear, why don't
actually
we adjust your volume,
the
but then if you adjust it,
VW
you're gonna
Beetle
blast my
GRC,
ears.
which is a 500 horsepower little monster.
there's
Will
a-
accelerate to
there's a
60
warm-up
miles an
lap.
hour in
I
2
forgot.
seconds,
Haha, so
which
great.
these cars will not.
Will not do. The only VW Beetle I would
two
love to
laps.
drive.
Really?
Yeah, that seems awesome. I mean, no, I guess there's like Baja bugs and stuff and all those things.
Have you forgotten that every 60s
yeah.
VW Beetle
Big
is a
drift
Formula
into
V
the
waiting to
third
emerge from
corner.
its cocoon?
Yeah, but I don't count that as
Straight off
like
the
I
track.
want to. I want to drive the Formula V.
Yeah.
All right,
I
all right.
locked in.
Not the donor for the
We
Formula V.
if I didn't get a lap time.
Yeah, I did a pretty good.
I do
job.
appreciate that the way iRacing handles its sessions,
I
we can
kept
still
track.
see
Well,
all
you
of the
feel safe.
AI on the mini-map,
Thought
even
it
though
was
they're in a
pretty
load qualifier.
weird.
Yeah,
Alright,
I
well,
feel like
someone
we
was
rag
throwing
on
in a
that
bank
every
here,
episode,
working for a
and
hot lap.
that will continue at least into the next episode. Potato Lobster looks like he is on his flyer. This is due to circumstances. This is a 10/2 lone quali, which means
It's
he's
just
going to
keeping
get the
him third
opportunity
the
to
whole
set
time.
2 flying laps,
Pretty much,
take
yeah.
the better of those times, but to finish first.
Warm
One must
up
first
lap.
finish, of course.
Valid.
Space Puny is already sitting on a
All laps are
56.18.
valid.
Duffy waiting to turn in a flyer. This could be the one, however.
Oh, I'm hearing some actuators. Somebody's gone off.
Duffy turning in a 1 minute and 0.5 of a second.
Well,
Conan
Banker will do.
inexplicably not with a clean lap here.
Not yet with a clean lap.
I believe that's who we're following right here. All you have to do is touch the asphalt and not the dirt.
Touch all of the asphalt.
You know what's novel about closed wheel racing? Functional brake lights.
Oh yeah, fair enough. I suppose you just forget the things you don't get, once you get used to them.
This is why-
Harkening back to the Formula, the Super Formula
Oh,
races
man.
we were doing.
Why is that light
So
flashing?
bad.
That's just what it
how I
does.
did. 57.
Don't worry
We're
about
about
that.
to get trapped
That little guy?
by the
I wouldn't
AI.
worry about that little guy.
The purpose of the light is to flash.
Bloodbath.
All right, so
Oh,
everybody's
better
got
than running
a time in here,
Yeah, I'm not.
and I
not
believe
great,
that
Bob.
That lap was
is everybody
garbage.
getting summoned in. It looks like
I, like,
everybody's
I went
getting summoned
so
in. Let's take a
wide
look at the
into turn
times
one
here.
and the last
Thank you, Shote.
Oh, good. I qualified 21st.
There's a lot of AI up there. Is that our first human being, drgould?
No, I see a Ted Carter down there at number 135.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, tonight we race 2:402. Yeah, Derek Gould 85. Yeah, so
More proof in the pudding that the TCR cars are not as fast as a 500 horsepower all-wheel drive bug.
well, so here's
Sorry,
the thing.
550 horsepower.
Here's the thing. That, like, their gearing does not allow them to achieve a top speed anything close to what the TCRs can do. Like, it's a rallycross car. It's
Oh, fair
not
enough.
meant to
Right.
take the straight at Suzuka.
That's a good time.
Have you punched us forward? Are we still waiting for
If you're
times
new here,
Let's
this
take a
is
look
our
here.
cold open race
Yeah.
where we like to
Like,
just
there's-
throw the racers into the meat
there's-
grinder and put them in
maybe
some
don't
silly
get-
circumstance to
I
get
don't
the
think
show
there's
rolling
any way
before
that,
feature
that
racing
the bug
starts.
was doing a 54 around here.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, we are bumping them over to the racing grid.
wants
Unlike
to go
most
back,
cold
he goes
opens,
for it.
which are 15 minutes, this one's a
Fully
20, mostly because I cannot be trusted to use computer. And they've gridded in. Let's go find the drama cam.
All right, they are still AI, so you can still bully them, but they are much faster.
Oh yeah.
Are they gridding the
I see
TCRs
a lot
ahead
Audis,
of the
I see
bugs?
Monster and Elantra.
Wait,
Oh, yeah. I think it's all TCR.
it's all TCRs.
Are they really all at TCRs? Okay, well, this is give me a click for this. That's a mistake.
Oh yeah,
somehow.
that's a big one. Okay.
Good evening, Derek. I'd hope you know that track, but it's only the eastern half of the track.
It's baby Suzuka.
It's the land of the rising slalom.
Yeah, yes, but there's no bad configuration at Suzuka.
None whatsoever.
Okay, I'm a little sad we just hyped up the bugs for so long. But it's all TCR.
And then there aren't actually any bugs.
There's no bugs. That's all TCR. It's all TCR.
I'm going to fall back on my
TCRs are great.
my primary excuse, which is that there was an iRacing patch between last episode and this one, and all of the pods pre-configs have been reset.
You could also blame it on the Conan thing.
Yeah, but that blew up Feature Race 1. That didn't blow up the cold open.
Yeah, but who knows what trickle-on
Oh, that's a good point.
chicanery could have happened as a result of that incident.
All right, Conan, this one's on you.
What happened?
We're not sure.
We-
But you did it.
We've just decided to
30
blame
seconds,
you
apparently.
for it.
I like making
We've yet
vampire
to
teeth.
decide what it is.
Yeah, vampire
but
teeth are good.
you're the blame.
But, yeah, I gotta
Conan,
make
of course,
clean teeth,
in
but
the
alternating
lead
green and
position
red,
in the
you know?
championship,
You pick
up by
this
10 points. And
practice.
there are 2 people gunning for him tonight, and we'll talk about how possible
you
that
grid
might
it
be
in?
shortly.
Huh.
It's coming
Like
from
you're very
love
quiet.
and
I
respect.
guess an AI just decided to
We're just waiting
sandbag.
for AI to grid up
Yeah,
here?
we got 3 seconds until we start, so I guess something.
Odd. Well, there's your start lights.
Get ready, folks.
There we go.
Lights green. And
Watching
we're
the
off.
launch from the position of Space Punies, who is going to attempt an early inside overtake on car 14.
This is a
right,
lot
let's
of
have a crash.
cars for
We're
Suzuka, which
gonna
is
have a crash for
Suzuka
sure.
Small here is a rather small track.
Starting
Conan
Greg
dipping
flying
his
there.
nose in there almost immediately.
Oh, and there's some action out behind. I saw a big green car go off the track.
That was on me. I could have avoided
Remarkably
that crash.
clean. Here's
I
a question
made
for
that
you. Do we still have the
I did not
fun
want to yield anything to
avoid
Greg.
human contact at all?
No, because of the settings reset,
Oh, fair
the
enough.
cars are not going to avoid human contact
even
at all
better,
costs.
even better.
They're going to defend their position.
Whoa,
Oh,
we just saw it. That was a well-defended position from the AI there.
Conan taking a quick trip to the beach.
Right into
Getting
me.
what he deserved. We love Conan. We just also love to give him crap. Here's a question. 25 incidents to black flag?
Not on this one.
Not on the cold open. Okay.
I have to remember that my car is 2 cars ahead of me, because otherwise I could be. Oh
It's a
wait,
good setting, I
I
like
just
it.
watched some AI disappear.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I've seen some weird shit too.
Yeah, they're good.
What is going on here?
They're just there sometimes and not there sometimes.
There's
Real
one
exciting.
car popping in and out.
Indoed in a corner.
Let's take Show Cam. Show Cam's got a nice angle right here.
Oh, that's pretty.
The middle of the pack.
Entering the slalom land.
Into the slalom. Just hearing excited yelling from some of the remote racers. They're-
Always makes me happy.
This is, the reality of this circumstances. It's a shitload of fun. That's why we do it.
They're in a nice healthy pack there. I'd like to get throttle readings off of that the next time we go through there. Judging by how little braking is occurring, I'm wondering if they're holding,
Right.
they're flat through
Let's
there.
go.
The-
Let's go hunt down Mike.
T1 in these
And
TCRs
lap.
is
Let's
quite
go.
an adventure. Almost all the TCR cars want to rotate on the
Payback.
brakes.
Like
Yeah.
that?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Or like
that.
this.
Exactly like that. There it is. Rotation on the brakes.
Space Beauty's recovering it.
This is where we learned that you can save these cars in most slides by a little bit of counter steer and a good bit of throttle, and they'll come right back around. Front wheel drive. Good time.
It's kind of like having a little grappling hook on the front of the car. You just throw it and pull.
Jet moto style.
Here we're getting throttle readings inside the S's, and no, they are treating them
Ooh.
as little individual turns.
Conan following Ted, one of our remote racers. Blue flag.
There's an incident ahead, and I suspect it involves Space Beauties.
Jesus Christ, a 53? The hell is wrong with these
insane.
people?
The problem is they're not
No.
people, Conan.
Yeah.
They saw a car go 12 o'clock to the gun.
Looks like Potato Lobster has the
might-
good view here.
This might be where the show is. Oh, yeah, right in front of him we have Ted and Conan up there, I believe. Fighting with a Mike car as well.
Oh, careful.
There is.
Easy,
Oh,
girl,
there's the debris.
there. All right.
We all did some work through there.
There seems to be a correlation between the debris and
They did.
sliding off track. Isn't that interesting?
This is good. This is good.
That was such a drift.
We all broke loose there. It was really funny to watch.
Let's get the Conan cam. There's some action going on here. We got a battle between Conan and Ted, and then in front of them is TWR1 or Potato Lobster.
Would that
Who's in
be
the
Ted
black
Blue
spot?
Flag Carter, the guy we were going to lose to hockey tonight?
That is
Kyle.
Ted Blue Flag Carter.
Oh, no,
not
no,
the
no,
guy
it's-
we
no,
were gonna lose
Knox
to
is who
hockey
we're gonna
tonight.
lose to hockey
That was
tonight.
Knox offsides.
How do you feel about
Thomas.
big
Yeah, Blue
accidents
Flag's
turn
not
one
really
together?
in cup
It's
contention
literally my
tonight,
favorite
is he?
thing.
I don't think so. I don't think the
Does this
TCR
whole event just
League
have an accident in
is
it?
his style. Oh,
Bend
on the
the
outside,
line,
in the
son.
Audi, he's going to have the drive coming in here. If he can make it stick, and he does.
Yeah, we got this.
And he's on the outside coming back.
Ooh,
Oh!
that could have been disastrous, but it wasn't.
And a bit of a bad move through the corner there sees him in the back of the pack.
Here is said same pack, delayed by 300 milliseconds.
These TCR cars are such damn good racing.
I love that you can, just by track selection, kind of predict who's going to do what and how. Goals and I sat down in these TCRs for hours before the beginning of the season, just cycling through every track in iRacing, being like,
What about this one?
What about this one? Oh, that's an interesting turn complex. And what we decided on was New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Truth.
And we also decided that we were going to save it to the very last race of the season because it's so much fun.
Because it's such a fantastic track.
So stick around
For these
for
cars.
an hour and a half or so.
And have a good time here with us.
Let's go back
Whoa,
to.
You're doing great.
no.
Oh, really? Did I just pop out
Right
there at
as
the
the
exact
incident
wrong
happened.
moment? That's unfortunate.
It happens, but now
Okay,
we're
you
back
can't
and
talk
Conan's
back
gone.
with a
Oh,
wheel.
he's at the beach again.
Really? Yeah. Conan is that-
Out of the beach. Hey, he found some more TCR cars.
Yes, I am. We're gonna play. Let's go.
Hey, let's do this.
First, I think I have to bully an AI.
There is an AI trying to size up.
He's trying to. This is not the Elantras track, if I'm being honest.
Oh.
I saw that.
Yep, that is one way to bully the AI.
I said I was great. I said I was gonna bully the AI.
We can always rely on Conan for
saw you sideways coming out of the
that.
corner.
I don't think he likes machines.
I don't think he likes machines. I've seen a varying degree of mechanical sympathy from him.
I think he likes real machines, not like
Yeah.
machines that live in silicon.
He spent too much time in tech to respect software as a
No, I mean,
as an
that's-
entity.
If you can't put it in a CNC mill, it's not real.
Very relatable.
Let's get a blimp or a chopper here. I want to see where the party is.
But a little bit.
Oh, that's pretty. That's real pretty.
Let's go to the.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That's just bonk.
bring me the dirigible camera.
That's not bullying. That was straight up putting it in the butt. Oh my goodness. We're getting some good cinematography here today.
This is good. Somebody give the Zeppelin op a raise.
Blimp by Goodyear.
Probably Hosingfeld. Maybe some magic.
Duffy letting Conan go
Have
by.
those, early
Letting is a
corners
bit extreme.
really-
But
Show him a wheel, Duffy. Show him a wheel. And by show him a wheel, I mean rear end him.
Yeah, rear ending is valid.
Treat him like AI.
there's a lot of crap
Rear
on the
ending is
track
still
through here.
honest.
Actually, Duffy's holding a very
We are
effective
going
line
to
through here.
Snetterton
I believe they're both in the Audi, correct?
I think so.
The Suzuka corner is actually really good for trading a little bit of room to get the car to turn.
He's right.
It's just like really interesting.
In the marketplace of racing, one can trade brake for turn.
Yes.
132
Turns out, racetracks are a good place to learn to drive car fast.
Yes.
Drive car fast, racetrack, good, yes. We think.
We're philosophers at heart.
Just saw you
Uh-oh.
cross over.
And that's going
Did I manage to miss you?
it's going to send Conan off on his own there. Let's go check in on Potato Lobster.
Potato
He's got a
Lobster
fun pack here.
Looks like he's playing with a bunch of friends.
That's Ted ahead of me here.
We got blue flag right ahead of him, and then maybe 2 AI. Hard to tell without the relative flag up.
They're using their brakes too much.
Oh ho 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 ho! Oh, that little bit of tire in the dirt
This
there.
is going to be an interesting entrance into the slalom complex.
Oh, and he's got the drive, left side.
The sweeper here, particularly dangerous because
Squeezing him in a little bit. That's
lift
good.
oversteer is terrible on these cars.
Beautiful pass. Beautiful pass. That's probably an AI. Well done.
Now we're back to the humans.
Yeah. Potato Lobster joining us here with it at the tail end of his first season.
Yeah.
In any sim rig. Showing us what it means to put a brilliant pass down. It's been really cool watching this guy adapt and learn.
Oh yeah, we don't really have the telemetry or logging to be able to say, the most improved driver
how much
was,
better he
but
is now. Yeah,
I think everyone here has improved by leaps and bounds.
My seat of the pants dyno says.
Except me. All I do is bully AI and get bad lap time.
Conan is only capable of regression.
Well, he started the season with 4 straight first place finishes, and now he lives in 5th.
Conan is entropy embodied.
On the other hand, he is still up by 10 points in the championship.
Yes,
so
exactly. He's still currently our championship lead, who we're talking shit on.
we are at 10 minutes remaining in the cold open race. That's 5 minutes more than we planned on, but that's okay, because we're pretty sure they put enough gas in the cars. I don't want to oversell it. I'm reasonably certain.
I'm now sort of dreaming of a circumstance where it's great racing. Oh no, I'm cutting out.
ECU in limp mode.
Yeah, then we get to see who really did the best job of fuel management, which is really what we're all here for.
Well, the answer is don't touch the fuel management and you'll never run out of fuel. It's only the people that try to get tricksy
It's true.
with their fuel management that run out of fuel.
It's true. Knocks offside,
Damn it,
Tom.
Ted, why are you so far ahead of me?
The man who's currently watching hockey and not doing this.
We wish you were here racing with us.
I hope your team wins. Wait,
Yep,
no,
yep,
no.
yep.
I hope your team loses. There we go.
There you go. I hope. So I was reading earlier today that hockey has a bunch of rules for like overtime that have like never been reached, but there's still rules for it. Are you familiar with this?
No.
You heard about this? You seen this? You familiar with this?
I'm going to put you on camera if you're spinning like that. Go ahead.
You seen this? You heard about it? No, it's okay. Now I'm gonna do a terrible job of remembering.
Okay, I'll put it back.
No,
off
it's all right.
Come on.
That one was a stretch. We probably didn't need the click for that one, but it's basically like at the 5th overtime in hockey.
5th overtime.
Yeah, at the 5th overtime in hockey.
What is the first overtime?
Well, it's penalty shootout.
Okay.
And then it I think it does another penalty shootout, and then it's like penalty shootout without goalie or something. I don't know. It gets,
They just start progressively stripping armor off the goalie every round.
It gets insane. For the 5th over, it's all players are on the ice. So hockey is usually 6 players per team and your goalie, I think. But it goes to 8 players on ice, and then 9 players on ice, and then eventually it's the whole team. So 12v12 on ice, as well as both of the goalies. They just flood the ice
really
with
dynamic.
more players for each additional overtime. There is I think it's there's a 9th overtime that has never the rules for the 9th overtime of hockey are sealed in
be able to run away.
a red envelope that has never been opened.
Tonight on Tonight We Race, Goals Explains Hockey.
We get into hockey, is what happens, yeah.
I didn't know there was such a rich history in secret information a la board games.
Yeah. Anyway,
Somebody to make a
Yep,
mistake,
wrong one, there we
so
go.
I
wait,
can
Mark,
catch
did you?
up to
There's
them.
a race going on.
What? Who? Where? Who's racing?
We're sim racing. This is cool.
Is it this guy?
All right, we're back to the show. Sorry about that diatribe.
No, it was a good one. So you gotta have fun with it, man. It's the last episode of the season. We have all earned it.
All these AI to keep battling ahead of me so I can catch up to them.
This looks like fun, and absolutely it is, but it is also an incredible amount of work to put this on, and I am so glad
Hard agree,
to
Isaiah.
not do it for 3 weeks.
I would love to be at the game, or maybe I wouldn't love to be at the game, but
Well, not while they're dicking around opening envelopes and shit. They're
well, Yeah. I'll bet it's like a boxing match.
Please hold for 30 minutes while the referees attend a staff meeting.
Yeah, we need to get the envelope from the safe.
Just a bit wide there. Space
the
Puny is
AI
currently
is
sitting in
slowing down.
15th, looking to apparently pick up time on Dale Earnhardt Jr. It's
Oh,
somehow I
these humans
suspect
suck.
not, but all right.
We should make this a fair fight.
That's the funniest thing that could be on that envelope. It's just, sorry we didn't plan for this.
Flip a coin.
Yeah, exactly. Play a game of football.
Wait, what? I just got a car contact when there was no car around me.
There's some
Visible
like
car.
bag markers that just show up on the front straight now and then.
There's some ghost AI, I think. I think after a certain number, the server just starts to
I believe
tactically pop
AI,
cars in
I
and
am
out of
very happy
existence.
about it.
Like, there's some weird stuff going on with the orchestration on this patch. I will,
We like it. It's fun.
once, as I do between every season of Tonight We Race, I will reach out to iRacing and ask them when their orchestration software will be complete.
Soon, TM.
Oh, I just got a whole bunch of
Last time I asked, it was March.
car hit
Yeah, you'll
Like-
love to hear it.
with no car there.
Did they specify a year?
No, and that's
See, there you go. They got
Something
you.
going on.
fiscal
got, like,
29.
12
It's slated for March.
Gotta be my year.
contact
It's slated
points
for a
or
March
warning points,
release.
whatever they are.
It's like when you talk about like uptimes, it's like, well, it's 2 9s and a 5. Okay, yeah, but where's the
that
5?
time.
Out of curiosity,
Which way did it go?
Did hit.
where's the decimal point in that?
Where is iRacing based
It's
out
not
of?
showing contact
I want to
zero and then, like,
say
your total
North
race
Carolina, maybe.
Oh,
It's
okay.
East Coast somewhere.
After
So it's
that.
not like they sent you a date,
Yeah,
but it
maybe
was
it was.
European
I don't
date
know.
for
No,
that.
no,
You
no.
didn't notice.
Okay, hard to keep eyes on.
iRacing's staff made out of, amongst other things, some of the remnants of the original Papyrus software that built IndyCar racing in 1993 and the follow-up NASCAR title after that. And you could see some evidence of that in the end. I think that when we were running the SF23
Oh yeah,
League,
fuck each other up.
let's go watch over here. I think that when we were running the SF23 League and we were having those disasters at standing start, that was very IndyCar racing reminiscent.
Yeah. That tracks. This is Space Punies coming up on a couple of bots.
And being very respectful about it, I might add.
Truth.
Oh, it's just too many S's, man.
This is a man who says thank you and please on all of his prompts.
So the reason OpenAI has requested you stop thanking its bot.
Please.
12% of our compute goes to handling your fucking thank yous.
It goes to thank yous.
You know, that sounds funny, but
Yeah,
actually I
it's
think
got
that's
car
probably
contact.
pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's probably
Like a short
fairly-
query might open with please, have 2 exchanges, and then end with a thank you.
Yeah, right. It's like comes out to be.
Duffy, I'm sorry. The AI is gonna get really rude.
Duffy in the vibrantly colored teal and pink car right in front
No,
of
Kyle, not
Potato
like
Lobster here.
this. Oh wait, no, like this. Yes, exactly like that. So we have a fight.
Conan coming up on yet another driver he doesn't respect.
Careful, you're going to psych Potato Lobster out there. Seeing some sideways racing on these TCRs. Should use sass mouth more often.
There we go.
Oh, somebody's rejoining.
Oh, there's some dust.
Hey,
Back
Potato
over.
Lobster, do your brakes work okay?
They do not.
Good. Don't bother testing them.
It's just every so
No,
often
no.
you should make sure they work.
Oh wait, I was looking over my shoulder, wondering who was the car that looked familiar that was behind me.
That was me.
Conan trying to do a head check for his lane change in the sim rig here.
And that is how you know
Consider
how
it
authentic
rejoined.
these feel.
Wanna
It's pretty
call out
good.
That was really nicely
It's a
done.
good time. Come on
No, I've
out.
had some others
Get
that
your
weren't
butt in the sim
so-
rig.
So I had to work
Well,
on them.
Isaiah joined the Discord just tonight, and we are going to do our level best to get him in Season 4.
Sim racing's a fun time. Come have a bet. Come figure out interesting, exciting new ways to make it not a fun time with us.
Tell you up front, we do make you spend money. So if you are allergic to spending money,
The ethics of me messing with the AI trying to laugh.
which if you're already a member of iRacing, you're not allergic to spending
do whatever
money.
you
We
want.
just
Sure.
we,
Yeah,
we
there's-
kind of
we
accelerate the
already know that
process a
there's
little.
no
Yeah.
ethics
We
in
try to
AI,
make sure that our
so,
drivers don't
you're
have to
free.
purchase more than 2 tracks and 1
Here we
car
go.
per season.
There's no teeth
And then at the end of that process, you own more tracks and more cars. So
yeah, and the longer you race with us, the less of a problem that becomes, because you start to own more tracks.
we also make sure that we
that's
recycle
Dale
purchase
Earnhardt
tracks
Jr.
in
No wonder he's
successive
such a
seasons to
dick.
make sure that you get the value out of that maximized. Which is why, for instance,
He's already
you're
dead.
seeing the third race on Suzuka this season because we made them buy it last season.
That's true. It's also just a fan. The problem is a lot of these racetracks are really stinking good.
Yeah. Oh, like I can guarantee you now that
Was
New
the
Hampshire's
senior
in the
cutoff?
rotation, we're going to
Yes.
be pounding the crap out of
You're
it.
a
excited about
senior
New
when
What
you're
a
coming to
great
Cyclone.
track.
Such a silly racetrack.
Oh, I'm sorry, Shoat. We caught you unawares.
Oh.
Where?
Take us to Conan.
Take us to Conan.
That was my
Or-
bad.
Oh, he's fine.
Oh,
Well-
god dang it.
There was some activity there.
There
a
we
moment
go.
ago. Yeah, there it is.
Beach trip.
Yeah, he was
Beach
going
trip.
left his whole
Drift
life.
through the sand.
That was bumpy.
Yeah, I didn't earn that one.
I hear
so
the
you gotta
beaches in
keep it.
Japan are lovely this time of
That
year.
was I didn't expect you to slow down
Is it
quite that much. Do that.
It's northern hemisphere, right? So.
In the braking
All right, I
zone?
kind of
They're
don't
probably-
buy that.
It's not really a break.
They're probably fine.
Slowing down in my braking zone? It's more common than you think.
Oh, thank God, one more.
We're just full of it tonight.
my
We're having a
God.
good time.
I think everybody had a rough week, and
My
we're
feet
all
hurt.
just kind of venting in our own way.
We're all ready for it.
Call
Us
my
by
feet
cracking
clay.
wise, Conan by disrespecting bots.
Yep. And people.
We get a mute on Pod 3.
What did Duffy do to you?
Back behind Potato Lobster.
Dang it.
That's going to be
Sorry,
a
Doug.
white flag coming out.
That's
Wait,
the
what is
last lap.
happening?
It does not mean surrender in racing.
You're catching shots.
It was a case of mistaken identity.
Potato Lobster has one lap here where he needs to hold off.
I believe that that's going to be across the line
was the
for
pale blue
Duffy. Is
man.
that correct? Yes, it is.
Well
He's
done,
going to
Duffy.
finish in position 24 in a
Oh my God,
field
there's
of
so
many.
many
We'll do
I
the
read it.
full math there shortly.
For the races.
Damn it.
At the moment, we've got some activity here.
How'd we do, humans?
He's looking for
I
a
got
great.
it.
last-second pass on Potato Lobster.
I'm holding down
Potato Lobster
P18.
gonna be
I
able to
moved
hold it
forward
together
exactly
here.
One position.
That's Potato
from
Lobster
AI,
in
so
5th place,
feels
I
great.
believe. Is
Yeah,
no,
pretty
no, sorry,
far from the
19th
course.
place because
I
Conan's in
got a
20th.
26x incident count.
Looking real composed in that Veloster up there.
This is his last chance. He needs to carry more speed through here.
Oh,
So he's gonna go wide,
He's he's
but
run
no.
wide. Well done, Potato Lobster,
Nicely
to defend
done,
that position
Kyle.
from the current
That was fun.
TCR
Yeah, it was a good
champion.
time.
Nice
That was
work,
pretty fun.
Potato Lobster.
Now that's what I call racing.
Look at that grin. Where else do you get that kind of grin? And I believe that is checkered flags everywhere, so let's go to the results, which do not matter in any way, shape, or form. Leading the humans, Dr. Gould in somewhere around 10th place, followed by Space Punies, the Utah crew, Blue Flag, Potato Lobster, Conan, and then Duffy. Do we have anybody else hanging around down there?
I think that's your set.
That's everybody. All right, let's go do the thing. Do I have a button that does the thing automatically? I do. Perfect. Welcome back to Tonight We Race Season 3. It is the last episode.
That's right. The end of a 6-episode series in the TCR cars.
Here on Tonight We Race, we are here to expose you to elements of electronic motorsport that you may not have convenient access to. Stick around because we tend to do entertaining things. Let's get back into deck control here. You just saw, well, actually, everybody in our Season 3 iRacing TCR spec. The TCR cars are approximately 300 horsepower, 300 foot-pound front-wheel drive touring cars that are mostly based off their original donor vehicles, but have been race prepped by their manufacturers and tuned together with a very careful balance of performance so that all of the four are quite competitive with each other, as I think you can see here. And we took them to... Oh, that's what was supposed to happen.
This is what they were supposed to be.
There were supposed to be
30-ish.
interlopers, and they did not show up.
VW Beetle GCRs.
That's my fault.
GRCs.
And we took that to the
Hold on.
no. Hold on. Go ahead. Thank you. That's Suzuka East. This is what happens
Ignore
when
what
we,
it says
when
on
we
the tin.
prepared the deck 15 minutes before the show.
Suzuka East, not Snetterton.
Not Snetterton. Suzuka, of course, a world-class Formula One track in Japan, I believe outside Nagoya. And
Yes.
both the east and the west portions of it are individually raceable and subtly fantastic in their own way.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the news tonight. We got a couple things going on here
good
before
night
we
for
get
Sunday
into the meat of the episode, and that is the first thing. I actually missed this when it came across. There is a world where we would have seen this last week, but I wasn't paying attention. The FIA, in conjunction with Advanced Sim Racing out of Montreal and iRacing, has put together a Flash Esports Cup called Girls on Track, and it consists of 2 weeks of open qualifying in time attack mode in iRacing in the FIA F4 on Okayama circuit, a circuit that we're all very familiar with here. And then culminating the top 10 drivers from that time attack being brought to Macau in June for an actual live finisher. And I think that if they're doing this in conjunction with Advanced Sim Racing, which is, of course, the FIA's hardware provider for simulation, it's going to mean it's going to be big stonkin' D-box actuators and ASR pods and the absolute best of equipment, and I cannot wait to see it. But coming back to us real quick, we've plugged this a couple other places today. If you are in the Pacific Northwest and a woman age 16 or older and have an iRacing account or want the free one that the FIA is going to provide you, and you want access to high-quality simulation gear to make your attempt at that time attack,
Do it here.
you've got 6 days, and we are happy to welcome you on an appointment basis. The other news is that Miami is happening this weekend. It's Formula One season, so obviously we can't not talk about Formula One. As is tradition on Tonight We Race, we attempted to acquire tickets to a U.S.-based race. We tried that with Las Vegas last time around. This time it's Miami. We are now in line for our tickets, and we will let you know since the status last updated at 3 a.m. when that's going to happen. Just kidding. We actually did get through, and if you like, there are still approximately $3,000 seats available at the Turn 18 grandstand. And those do not come with literally anything. And also approximately $500 US dollars at the start-finish grandstand, and those also do not come with anything. So if you'd like to see Formula One, your chances are still there. Good luck. Our drivers tonight in Pod 1, Potato Lobster, his first time in the secret underground racing laboratory. It sounds like he is already hard at work in the fog at Snetterton. In Pod 2, Space Punies, a 3-season veteran of Tonight We Race and the smoothest driver since Jazz. Pod 3, Duffy and his mountain bike gear, a holdover from Season 1 when we were doing Anything Goes. And, of course, our current championship lead, Conan, in Pod 4, here on one of his many motorcycles. Goals, how many motorcycles does Conan have?
I don't think there's any point in history where I would be able to answer that question for you.
It is a goddamn mystery.
It's a lot.
Let's talk about the standings. Get us out of the way here again. We are, of course, on night 6 or week 6, and so this is the last scoring night in the entire season. Here's what's going on. Conan sitting in the lead with 100 league points, followed by Dr. Gould with 91 and offside/knock/Ted with 83. Because of the way that we do the season scoring, there's a couple of different situations where Conan doesn't walk out of this with the championship, and let's talk about those. The first is that if Dr. Gould manages to podium and keep 5 points up on Conan twice, so that would be, for instance, a first-third finish, he will take it from Conan by 1 point. That is unless Conan gets his challenge point tonight, at which point he would tie. We have not accounted for the possibility of a tie. I don't know what we do there, so you're just going to have to find out with the rest of us.
We'd have to open the red envelope.
We'd have to open it. There you go. We'd have to open the red envelope. The next interesting piece of math is offside. Offside would actually need to make a 5-place, or rather a 4-place jump on Conan twice.
And offside is not racing with us tonight.
Boy, well then that's going to be really difficult for him to win this one, isn't it?
Exceptionally tough thing for him to pull off tonight. Yeah.
You know, Tom, when you watch this in replay, I just want you to know I prepared this entire slide for you to win this.
Yep.
And you're watching hockey.
Yep.
Moving on. The math for Space Beauties is somewhat more complicated.
We should put him on ice. Anyway.
Space Beauties needs to invent time travel so he can go back to the beginning of the season to do better, preferably all the way back to when the dinosaurs raced go-karts.
You just had fun with AI for this one.
Gemini's built right into slides now. I had to do something. Point being, realistically speaking here, this is going to be a fight between Conan defending his position and Dr. Gould trying to break through that podium barrier. So you don't like this screenshot?
No, I really like that art, but it's AI-generated art, so I want to fucking hate it.
I grant you permission to hate it. Hate it hard. Let's go into Feature Race 1, which, of course, our drivers are already practicing in. It is, of course, the iRacing TCR spec on Snetterton Circuit.
Let's not discuss the Ben Spies method of circuitology here.
We just going to let this one lie?
We're going to let this one go. This is a racetrack that doesn't look like anything but a racetrack.
Let's talk a little bit about Snetterton because we put it in the notes. I don't know.
There's a corner called Brundle and a corner called Bombhole. Yes, there's also another corner which sounds like a medical term.
So this is England, and they do things a little bit differently here. So this is the Snetterton 200, and I guess it's important to point out that there are 3 configurations of this course. The 300 also contains the infield bits and pieces there. The 100 is just the infield bits and pieces there, and we, of course, thought that it would be funny to do the 200, which doesn't have the infield bits. So this is a 2-mile circuit here. What we like about it is the fact that the Riches corner, the turn 1 sweeper there, really shows off the tendency to oversteer on lift of these cars, and also the sharp left-hander at Murray's. But it does
have.
It does.
Yes, I believe they're over by the bomb hole.
Straight to Montreal.
Just past the Brundle and the Nelson.
Man, that's gonna be.
I can't believe this is a real track.
How does anybody take the British people seriously?
All right, let's advance this before we make any other inappropriate jokes.
My wheel.
We've done enough.
Right. You don't need my riches.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Oh, Pat, it's been a week.
Oh, come on, I could have put my
What a finish! That's how you go into the
That's
quali
gonna be
with
fun.
style. Is he okay? Yeah, he's fine.
You gonna make it?
He's still driving. All right, that is going to bring us into
Maybe what I
lone
lack in
quali.
practice, I can
As
make up
with
for in
all feature
qualifying.
races,
Let's
that
go.
means it's
That's
going to
the
be a
spirit.
2 over 10. They have the opportunity to. Well, I'm glad we can provide you something approximating good entertainment. They're going to need to make 2 flying laps. They'll take the best of those 2 times. They have 10 minutes to get it done, and most importantly, no AIs to deal with in a feature race. It is just them and their own little stories that they are currently working on telling. Let's check in with Shotcam. I believe that would be Montreal. Down the Bentley straight.
Who can tell me what a Coram is?
It's a great question. Would you like to see him enter the Brundle? That is what the turn is called.
It's not called the Brundle, it's called Brundle. If you put a the in front of it, it becomes something else entirely.
There's only one of them.
We're very serious here tonight. We take this extremely seriously.
Very
We're
seriously.
here for serious things. God damn it.
The important part is that we enjoy ourselves, not them.
That's right.
Not them.
That's
we
right.
enjoy
The show
ourselves.
isn't for anybody but us.
Who are we watching, by the way?
Yeah, what are we doing? Why are
Thank you. Blue Flag, who in seasons 1 and 2 was kind of the
dominator. He won our Super Formula season.
Yes, he did. Handily. Let's see if anybody's turned in a flyer.
Brundley even.
Starting from the back. Conan has what a swing around there. What a swing around Montreal.
Let's hope left
Conan's
two
still
works.
working on turning in a flyer. Duffy's still working on turning in a flyer. Space Beauty's wisely masking his screen. And Potato Lobster still working on turning in a flyer. And of course we can see the telemetry down there at the bottom. None of our humans has turned in a clean lap. That's probably not a great sign.
Again, it's a new track for everybody here. This is a new one for the season. We haven't raced Snetterton before.
Rich's is nice and wide, Pat, and the only danger there is that these cars wildly oversteer under lift, and so everyone's kind of learned a brand new approach to trail braking this season.
Yeah, the TCR cars being front wheel drive, they do like to just let the rear end go around.
Yeah, it's also like an aspect of just how they've been arrowed, and also I don't know the spec in front of me, but I believe that it's either the front or the rear suspension is the actual production car front. I think it's front. It's the production car front suspension. And so they are not fully tricked out like racing in all conditions race car suspensions.
That is an interesting, interesting thing to do with your racing car class. Is like this particular, especially something very important like the suspension components of a car is stock.
Like this bit, do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can
this bit, please go buy it at AC Delco.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Turn it back on. The wheel part? Mild technical issue, hardware issue, I suppose.
I'm gonna wait for you to finish.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything you can do about that in a moment. We're gonna call that a hardware failure. You can decide if you want to continue the race.
No,
All right.
notify.
Oh, that's not fair. It's
Oh,
not.
absolutely, it's fair. It's a hardware failure. That's insane.
Shift is still working though, right?
Yeah, like it just doesn't. I heard the little like.
The wheel part is broken. Yeah.
You can try to power it down and power it back up.
My pod has a talent failure in it.
Let's go look at this talent failure. Oh no.
Yes, keep qualifying before Conan.
We're having
get out of town.
as in stock control arms and geometry. There's like one very specific piece of it they were allowed to change, and then the rears are just whatever independent rears they wanted to throw in there.
Yeah, the rear suspension is like freeform, basically. Like they could go full F1 spec if they wanted to, which is weird.
All right.
Okay.
We are having all the fun tonight. Is there a reason that Pod 2 is still sitting at the qualify button?
I failed both my labs.
Oh, no.
So you're just hanging out in the pits there.
I'm having quiet reflection.
Like, I think they're going to give you 5 more minutes to go try again.
Not if you already did 2 laps.
No, I already did my.
I thought it's like they only logged 2 flyers, but you could keep trying.
Oh, you only get 2 chances.
Really?
Oh, so they put you in timeout.
So you're at park.
That's probably where you belong, anyways.
He's on the concourse, waiting for his adoring fans. I think we've learned in the TCR season that starting from the back is not necessarily the biggest problem.
Black flag during qualifying, that's a new one. It's not a new one for us.
No, we can black flag in almost every section of a race. We can black flag in the parade lap.
Heck, we don't even need a race to be going on. We'll black flag.
Yeah. My personal favorite is black flagged on the start from a jump start.
Yep, that's a good one.
Or black flagged because you did not serve the penalty of your previous black flag correctly. That's
or black flag. The black flag because you stopped in the pits instead of doing a drive-through is good.
Yep.
That's a good black flag. Yep, I like that one. The black flag because you got rear-ended into the pits, thereby exceeding the pit speed limiter. Black flag. That's a good one we've seen here. That's my personal favorite one, I think.
Let's look at the quali here. Wow. Okay. So Dr. Gould about a second up on Potato Lobster, who is in turn just sitting in front of Conan, followed by Blue Flag, and then Duffy. Looks like we do not have laps from the Utah crew or from Space Punies. So it's time to roll. And the countdown to the grid has begun. Believe they are now about to be rapidly teleported into party
Good time, everybody.
This one matters,
Yes,
folks.
yes,
Good
yes.
luck.
Lines up
Yeah,
for the
everyone have a
beginning
good
of our
race with that
first
Conan.
feature race of the night.
Get us out of the way. We're the least interesting part of this.
Let's take a show cam.
Show cam it is.
Oh,
Oh no.
One moment.
That's a bummer. We have a dead wheel on race start. I don't think we crunched the numbers for what this would do to the championship standings. We do have the hardware, we just have to handle for this.
I can't tell anybody I'm parked on
At least turn your hazards on, man. What are you doing? Yes, absolutely brutal. That is going to make passing on the straights exceedingly dangerous. If I knew what the push to talk button was over here, I would warn our racers. There's a car stalled on the right-hand side of the start-finish straight. Oh no, and there's been a big incident. Space Pony's running straight off, I think, in an attempt to kind of just avoid the accident that was happening in front of him there. Whoosh, and the racers go by, sticking to hopefully the left-hand side of the road. Jesus. I've never seen this happen without the race being flagged. Living very dangerously there.
I forget that there were like real physical consequences. But if the wheel is not connected, oh, that's the fun part. The base still works, but the wheel.
Oh boy, oh boy. All right, let's switch around and check in with Potato Lobster here. Potato Lobster currently in second
Brian
position.
says no worries
defending
because he's still in
very
front
well.
of you.
Oh my god, I can
Okay.
hear you finally.
We can hear you finally.
I just connected on my phone. I'm not driving. Brian is driving.
Okay. He's more like crashing right now, but other than that, he's doing great.
Your best.
Oh, is Conan going?
Conan's on the roll. Negative.
Negative.
Oh, I thought I heard something going.
Very interesting. All right, our becoming a stun race.
I have all of my settings already set.
Everything is turbo weird in Pod 4 for our current championship leader, which is a real bummer. But
That is not how you want anything related to a championship to go.
a feature race to start.
We are living dangerous here. Let's pop back out.
Oh god.
What's that regional?
I can't talk and I don't
Conan.
know what's going
Conan.
on.
You can't be stopped for 2 laps and then have 2 crashes in 2 corners.
All right, this is our man of the hour with his mechanicals is now shifting with a sequential.
He gets 20 incident points. He can spend them how he likes.
All of
This
his
is the new
settings
meta.
in iRacing have been reset as well.
We have, well, so, yeah.
That's a bummer.
We did fix the shifter. He is now running, as you mentioned, a full sequential, which is fine for.
I don't have voice comms and I don't have 5 meters.
So I could fix both of those problems for you if you want to pit or pull off. All right, then they're not problems.
Everybody else is it's gonna be everybody else.
All right, I believe he's coming around Tiddlywink's corner right now.
We can never race Snetterton again.
No, we really can't. We're not mature enough for this racetrack.
Here's Space Punies in Pod 2.
Brutal.
Show, can we get the standings up? We spent so much time looking at the Pod 4 issue that I don't actually know what's going on in this race anymore. Well, Conan's 2 laps down. That's interesting.
That's a really disappointing show from Conan.
I don't understand what happened.
And something bad must have happened there. That's unlike him.
Dr. Gould sitting up front.
The excitement is between places 3 and 4.
Places 3 and 4.
Ted Carter and Michael Carr.
So we've got
okay,
some of our remote. Why don't you give us a camera angle on that, and we'll take.
Thank you.
So we are currently camered up with Mike Carr, who we affectionately refer to as the Utah crew. There's about 3 or 4 different people who like to show up and race.
As you say, there's actually no guarantee that's Michael Carr.
That's true. This could be one of any very many people.
And they have their own customs and rituals down there. Not in Utah, although also in Utah.
No, it's okay. We don't have to specify or go into any more detail about what we mean by that. That's perfectly fine.
We have been informed that the Utah crew has certain...
They do a lot of sharing, we've been told.
You just want to take this in a direction that I was not prepared to go with it, and I'm going to go back to the Snetterton map to calm you down.
You started me up with it.
All I'm saying is that it's never clear if someone's been beat up with a blue bucket or not. Is becoming a stunt race. I keep coming back to that chat item. I'm like, yes, no, that's exactly what's happening tonight.
So just to bring everybody up to speed, Conan there was having quite a mechanical. His steering wheel just stopped working. Looks means he couldn't shift into gear, all that good stuff.
Well,
and then everything reset, so he's now on a much lower force, which when you're used to a certain set of force feedback, that's kind of everything.
I mean, I suppose we could, like, RDP into his Windows machine and muck with settings behind his back. Show it, like, trivial. Everybody's pretty well spread out at the moment.
But yeah, we've got a big gas between all the racers, which is kind of a bummer for spectating, but it's clean racing.
Here we have, I want to say that, oh no, blue flag taking a quick gardening trip. Well, I was going to call that out as a possible passing opportunity here, but since...
I think you might still get your passing
opportunity. Yeah, I was going to say, now it's just in a different direction.
Oh, no. A little bit too excited getting back on the track. Still has all that grass and debris on his tires. It's going to be weird coming into this braking zone here. Through Coram and into Murray's.
Is every racetrack in England a former airstrip?
Most, yeah, yeah. Which is almost certainly why it's called Bomb Hole.
I was going to say, this just has like strong B-17s taking off energy right here.
Yep. Good luck, boys. We're all counting on you.
Give Jerry what for? You can just see the entry into that infield section there for the Snetterton 100.
A battle,
which of course, has all of its own turn names that we are not aware of, and it's probably for the best.
A battle of the Axis powers here on Snetterton, the British racetrack.
It's a very good point.
The Audi versus the Honda.
I feel like this is where like Top Gear would have like a Spitfire flying overhead.
Almost certainly. Oh.
Eats the hot dog. That's unfortunate. Yeah, the curbs here are not to be trifled with.
No, that was definitely some tactical braking to avoid a big incident there. Big respect.
What is the point of putting the sign with the name of the turn right in front of the? Which pod did you want? Would you like?
Just throw one up.
Here's the Duffy pod.
This is our Duffy cam.
Here's our lobster cam.
Get back here, you little scamp! Come on.
I don't wanna.
Didn't realize the girls were on. Hello, Felicity. Hello, Addie. anytime you would like the tour of the lab.
We've been talking more about women in racing.
It's true. It's true. If you were here for the news segment, you would have heard that the FIA is getting very serious about trying to bring more women in motorsport, which is an objective we of course support. And it turns out we've got this big old sim racing lab here for that sort of thing.
Come get some.
We're gonna love this. This is gonna go awesome.
Ooh, thank you. Shotcam forcing his way into the studio. Oh no! Oh no!
The Honda great on the brakes.
Does he have to give that back?
He doesn't have to do anything.
We haven't done an incident count here briefly. Let's go take a walk.
It's a good reminder that we
Get
should
back
check
to
on the
the
incident
line.
count for all our racers.
Potato Lobster racing extremely clean at
confirm,
2
headed for
incidents.
And in second position here, holding it off well. He's
genuinely don't know
apt
if
to
I
get
did
his,
anything wrong
I
there. It was
believe,
really
his
hard to
first
tell from the
podium
driver's
of the
seat. It
season.
felt
Very
okay.
possible.
If it felt
Space
crappy
Beauty's
from the other
hiding his
side, I'm
instinct.
sorry.
Shote's got it up
makes
for us.
right.
Let's just go pull the ooh. Utah crew at 14 incidents with about 9 minutes left. That's probably spending money he doesn't want to spend at this point.
Yeah, I think the Utah crew should be more attentive of, whether or not he's getting into accidents with certain Audi drivers.
Of course, at 20 incidents, he is going to take a drive-through penalty through the pits. And then after that, every 5 incidents thereafter. So it really pays to hold off eating incident counts until the end if that's the way you want to play it. Looks like we're having another engineering discussion back at Pod 4.
Yeah, it looks like, unfortunately, Conan has retired from the race to get all his settings and everything back set up on the car. Probably a wise choice to get everything set up for feature race 2.
I would love to know what happened back there. That'll be a good post-mort.
It looks almost like all the profiles were gone from the SimuCube
Hey, you
software.
just He-Man through there.
Yeah, I went a little too far that time. I picked up a point. Nope.
Yeah, watch that rejoin, baby. You keep it to the right.
Wait, did we kill a power cable?
Oh yeah, it did.
I don't like that feeling.
Nah, you're gonna get me on the back straight. This sucks.
I don't handy, but I think we determined that charging it isn't a problem solved. So, let me go take a walk behind the counter. Goals, take over.
You got it. Welcome to the Goals Show. Most people know not to give me any iota
I don't
of
think I
power.
got the juice.
Say it's the goal.
You got it?
Hey!
We have bonus co-host today.
Conan, you
got a
had
really good
you had quite a race start
I
there.
had quite a race start. It's great to just put it hammer down and just be like, uh-oh.
That was gutting.
We'll go into gear.
That was gutting to watch.
You know,
I gotta
it's
say.
unfortunate, but these things happen
Yeah.
sometimes. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's the equivalent of a mechanical.
It's a
I think.
mechanical.
In
Yeah.
a way, this is the reality of sim racing. It's doing a really good job of simulating a real world experience
Incredibly authentic.
yes, you got it. We come to iRacing for the most authentic sim racing experience possible, and we're getting it.
Yeah, that includes failure on the grid.
Maybe not always in the way you anticipate, but I'm hearing a lot of actuators and things from a couple of the pods out here, so I wanted to quickly tune in and check in with our racers and see what we've seen.
Is that a production? Does that get a click?
Yeah, you can give me a click for this. I'll take a click for this.
Let's get the pod cam so we can see what we've done here. Ah, yes. That used to be a USB-C cable.
Is there still one sitting in the back of the
No, it
wheel?
came out.
Well done, everyone.
Because it came apart.
Let's go back to the racing.
I'll take that.
There you are.
It is just straight USB-C.
Yeah.
Let's check in again with our potato lobster buddy, who is putting in his best performance of the season.
Traveling up the shaft.
Traveling up the shaft in position 2.
I'm not sure if he's going up or down the shaft right now, if I'm being
Same
honest.
performance to my crew.
Snetterton could tell us.
Snetterton could tell us. It's a nice entry to that corner, though. It's really hard to keep the car controlled through there. Like, it really wants to oversteer in the second part of the corner.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about how these cars are really apt to do, oversteer on the brakes in high-speed corners, and that's a prime example of it, especially because you get that weight shift to one side and then immediately the opposite side. It really unsettles the car if you're not super smooth on your brakes.
That little dip that he went through right after that as well is a really fun corner. Just like you get to pitch the car in, you sort of turn it in a little bit early, play with the inside of the track limits, and just let it drift out as it unloads, and then it slams into the uphill following.
Ooh, that'll give me a 17.
Which is another wonderful thing about these TCR cars is they're just like they're very wee. Yeah, they're very forgiving in circumstances where you can kind of just throw them around.
I will say also, like, driving for a little bit on 5
that was my one
was
good
really
one.
fun because it's like one-handed driving.
Yeah,
and you just sort of like pitch the car in and just like let it float. It's definitely a different experience that I would not have otherwise tried.
Yeah, that makes sense. I looked over my shoulder a couple of times to watch you playing with the sequential shifter for the moments while you were still able to drive, and it looked like you were having a good time with the doing the one-hand steez, doing your best Civic driver impression.
Yeah.
We seem to have found the appropriate
so I can't outbrake you.
Oh, good.
We're going to do our best to get it back.
Only we can outbrake us.
I think as long as it connects back to the wheel hub base, it will still. It was doing the shifties just until.
There I go.
So fingers crossed it can charge long enough that we can get some.
So if you need to shift sequentially with the right hand, is that going to be okay?
I mean, like I will race. I will race regardless. So.
We can also put your Discord on push to talk, so you've not been silenced.
Yes, that would.
Or on open mic.
Yeah,
open mic.
And I will be respectful of my open mic privileges.
We'll do that right now.
Yeah, the biggest issues are comms, really, because well, you know, we're all close enough that if we're fighting it out, it's nice to be able to say hi. I'm making terrible decisions.
We do a lot of real world
Lobster
communicating as we race. Oh, did we have some exciting activity here from Potato Lobster? It looks like he's got somebody right on his tail here.
He has. That's Duffy behind him. He just did a lap. So, but it looks like
this is Duffy here, right behind Potato Lobster.
Yeah, and then Space Puny. Or wait, is that the ghost of me? No,
that's not the ghost of you. Here is our Space Ponies. He's following around Mike Carr with a 1 second gap.
Ooh, that's fun. That.
Welcome back, John.
Space Ponies, the machine, the cleanest driver we've got here at TWR.
He only runs into me. Usually I'm far enough ahead that it's not a problem.
Duffy, I'm right on top of you now. Can I scope your inside here?
I'm going to give host duties back as we sort this out. But thank you.
Good luck, buddy.
For letting me drive along.
Good luck, buddy. We were gutted to see your mechanical there at the beginning.
We will have Conan back on for the Bring a Trailer Challenge, where all of a sudden that challenge point matters a whole hell of a lot more than it did before.
Matters a whole heck of a lot more. Yeah, what a thing. Not the start to his night that he was looking for.
We think we have the root cause analysis here.
It's going to be a busy night for his race engineering team as they reassemble the car and get to the bottom of what exactly happened there.
Actually, his race engineering team is going to go back upstairs and have a shot of whiskey after the broadcast, and we're going to pretend this doesn't exist until tomorrow.
There you go.
We have special guests in the studio on Friday, and I should probably vacuum.
Nothing like a tough day at work to finish up a tough day at work.
Nah, this is fun. The only negative feeling I feel right now is that I have let Conan down.
We're all a little momentarily disappointed for him.
But I'm having a blast.
The good times.
So it's not my championship.
No, but we just want everybody to have a damn good race.
The other fun thing too, though, is that this makes for a very good Derek. You know, coming like he comes from behind, he wins again, but I can forever hold it over his head.
That's true.
Oh yeah, it's like I mean, I guess you technically won that championship. That's true.
Yeah.
Although I guess theoretically, if he DNFs the next one, or if he finishes terribly in the next one and I win it, it's probably still possible for me to come back.
It's possible. Let's look at the standings of this race with how many minutes left? With a minute left, Dr. Gould is up by about 16 seconds. I don't think anyone's catching the Hellman's mayonnaise car today.
No, I think he's much too slick.
Is this gonna be? I'm never going to Snetterton again. We are never coming back here again. God.
Just Ben just shafting the whole crew here.
Oh.
You've activated my bomb hole. And inside you found the Brundle.
Who does this? Serious people do not name racetracks like this. All right, what do we got? 20 seconds on the clock. Bring us home. Actually, I don't see any white
It's been
flags out there.
fun co-hosting here at TWR. It's a shame they'll never let me do it again.
Oh, that's, you know what? That's not fair. You've actually done an exemplary job. Every person that has sat in that chair has brought something special and unique to it, and I am thrilled that I get volunteers to do this.
It's a good time.
For me.
It's a damn good time.
I just keep getting.
Someone should fuck with
sloppier and
Conan's
sloppier.
car while it's alone. While it's alone there in the pits.
I don't think anything else
Oh,
needs to happen to
Okay.
Conan's
I got
car.
like just in time.
That's a bummer.
I believe that Shote has begun working on a live update of the scores.
Or at, or as the British would say, oh, that's a right shine. Because somebody should
job, Kyle.
dry
You've driven very
Snetterton
clean,
on
bud.
Conan's car. That's a great idea.
I could pull time back on you, but not without
Just
making a mistake.
give him-
Just scratch an outline of the circuit onto the side of his car there.
Give him the old Snetterton 200.
It's clearly a bicep.
Absolutely well done, Kyle.
So, moving back out to the standings for the race, it looks like we are going to have a Dr. Gould in first finish, followed by, I believe, podium. First podium for Potato Lobster.
Yeah.
Then blue flag, the Utah crew, Space Punies, Duffy, and then, of course, 9 laps behind.
Conan, a shameful display. 9 laps behind. That's got to be his worst result
10
of the
laps.
entire season.
10 laps
10
behind.
laps behind any
like
other
he
racer
wasn't
on
even
the track.
trying.
It's like he wasn't even there.
We will bring it on back to the desk, and of course, as our drivers finish up their final lap here, we will move into the remaining challenge sections. Oh, there's our first checker. Pop back over to that. Tries to spin it out. It's actually very difficult to spin out a TCR when you're trying to do it.
It's a little hard in these front-wheel drive cars if you don't have the
I
lever
managed
you
only
break
2
there.
incident points, so I feel pretty rad.
That's a really clean race, amigo. Look at that.
17.
Well done,
A
Duffy.
little worried about it.
You left some on the table there.
Oh, I got 15. Oh my goodness.
The various racers check through their incident points.
We will now kick out our co-host and prepare the section for God.
Get that off the stream, man. You're going to get demonetized.
Fooled you. They got to monetize me first. For the Bring a Trailer Challenge. And as always, we do the Bring a Trailer Challenge in order of our pods, which means I need Potato Lobster.
Hey.
Potato Lobster, you podiumed.
Thank you. I am excited about that.
Not only did you podium, second place, which means even in the alternate universe where Conan's car did not disintegrate around him, you still would have podiumed.
That's kind of fun.
It's been amazing to see your journey between here and there. What did you think of Snetterton?
Man, there's 2 corners on Snetterton that will either brutalize your race or make or break. And I feel like the fact that I could navigate that one corner clean made all the difference.
I'm glad you got there because I've got something for you. And that something that I have for you is all of the Bring a Trailer notes in reverse order.
Okay.
That's what happened here. We can fix that real quick. It's easy to fix. There we go.
Hello, Drain. Welcome
Drain,
to the
welcome
chat.
back. Drain, of course, a Season 1 veteran. So, the Bring a Trailer Challenge, of course, we ask our drivers to identify which of 2 Bring a Trailer auctions went for more money. And to lead us off tonight, Potato Lobster.
Oh, outstanding car.
Your first option, the 1958 Volkswagen Beetle, just a few years too young to be considered, or 2 years too old to be considered for Formula V stock, but a wonderful vehicle in and of itself, and it is paired with tonight. Get me out of the way.
Oh.
A 35,000-mile example of the 2013 Volkswagen Beetle 2.5-liter convertible. Would you like to hear about the bugs?
I absolutely would.
The 58 Beetle has 35,000 miles shown, and I think we both know that's probably a rampant fiction. Powered by a replaced 1.6 liter air-cooled flat 4 that utilizes a new 12-volt electrical system, so this is not the original engine in the machine, and of course probably why it's reading 35,000 miles. Finished in blue over gray vinyl upholstery, 4-speed manual transaxle, just like the V, 15-inch steel wheels, Coker Classic white wall tires, roof rack, fluted headlight lenses, chrome jack hole covers, chrome blade bumpers, a bamboo parcel shelf. That's kind of fun. This one had its replacement engine added with a European market AR engine case, and it's been converted to 12 volt, as I mentioned. And interestingly enough, for that old of a bug, there are no additional notes.
No notes, no rust.
No, nothing to talk
No,
about
nothing.
whatsoever.
Does it say state of where is it?
No, they do not even talk about where it is in the notes this time.
It's a mystery.
This is a mystery, and to be clear, someone bought it like that. The new bug, strangely enough, also reads 35,000 miles, although I think that we can have a bit more confidence in that number. Finished in candy white with a beige soft top over beige leatherette. Powered by a 2.5-liter inline 5, which is a really funky engine, paired with a 6-speed automatic, 17-inch alloy wheels, was registered in Ohio, Arizona, and finally California. The dealer themselves acquired this in 2025, so this is kind of a fast flip. CD stereo system, VTEX leatherette, flat bottom steering wheel with a 160-mile-an-hour speedometer. I think we know that's a fiction.
Bit optimistic.
In the factory, it was rated for 170 horse and 177 foot-pounds of torque, which is basically half the power of a TCR with twice the engine displacement. And of course, it is a front-wheel drive like all the others with a 6-speed automatic transaxle. This one lives in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. And has all of its factory manuals and other bits and pieces. And now...
Interesting. California plates, but it lives in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And we've learned on this show lots of times that cars get imported in one state, registered in another state, it's a little dodge to get the right tax regime.
Surprised they don't have Montana plates on that one. But it's not quite a supercar.
Now what you need to do is you need to tell me which of these two bugs went for more money.
Well, the one on the right just screams Katy Perry, and the one on the left screams surfboard. So I'm gonna go resto mod. I think we have to go classic, even with the questionable backstory.
Potato Lobster says it is the 58 Volkswagen Beetle. Do we have any opinions from chat before I press the button?
Heavens to Murgatroyd.
Then the answer is... It's the new Beetle! It's the new Beetle by $4,000.
Oh, the bait and switch.
And I think the reason for that is they replaced the engine and they converted it to 12-volt electrical. And if you are not purchasing your 58 Beetle and either making a dune buggy out of it or a monster truck out of it, then you're purchasing it for the nostalgia and the collector value of it, and you don't replace the engine.
Of which it is not.
And update the electrical system. That's
those old air-cooled engines are really easy to refurb, too.
Lawnmowers.
Yeah.
So, no challenge point for you, but you do have the privilege of bringing me Space Punies.
Outstanding. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I don't believe Potato Lobster needed a challenge point to make anything happen on the leaderboard, but we'll obviously check later.
Did you get one?
No. Are we all good on things? We're letting Conan's wheel cook as long as possible?
Yeah.
Good.
Let it cook.
Space Punies.
Hello.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
Hey.
It's not a G-Wagon.
I was about to make this really quick for you. It's like, if I see a G-Wagon on it, I'm picking it, I'm leaving. It was a super quick segment.
Historically, that would have worked well for you.
Mm-hmm.
How was your race?
Awful.
You did not finish where I thought you would finish.
I finished where I thought I would have finished with the way that I was hitting 4 and 5. If I had, I really like that track, though. I wish I just put more time into figuring it out. But that was a super fun track.
Here's what I got for you. It's not this.
Okay. Yeah. In the trash.
Hey.
Oh, all right.
2014 Ducati Multistrada 1200S Pikes Peak versus a 2003 Harley-Davidson Electra Glide Ultra Classic 100th Anniversary. It's a lot of syllables. You don't, I need to transmit your facial expression here. You're not looking happy here. Would you like to hear about the Ducati?
Yes.
The Ducati has 11,000 miles on it.
Okay.
Which seems appropriate for this particular model. Powered by the 1,198 cubic centimeter Testastretta L Twin, paired with a 6-speed transmission.
Oh, it is the V2 still. Okay.
Finished in red and white. It is equipped with the Ducati safety pack, a Termignoni muffler, high-performance ECU calibration, electronically adjustable suspension, anti-lock triple disc brakes, carbon fiber fenders and trim, stepped 2-up seat, removable hard side trunks, and panniers. The selling dealer acquired the bike in 2025, so this is a flip. And work in preparation for sale consisted of changing the oil and replacing the timing belts and spark plugs. Offered by the seller with all of the parts that were removed, the owner's manual toolkit, 2 keys, and a clean Wisconsin title. Some stuff about the bodywork. It's red and white. They reiterate about the seats. Here we go. Electronically adjustable Ducati Skyhook suspension system. A Ducati traction control and Bosch ABS with cornering functionality setup.
Yeah.
Braking hardware includes radially mounted 4-piston Brembos, 320mm drilled rotors, and 245 at the rear. 8 valves, fuel injection, high-performance ECU calibration. Power sent to the rear wheels through a hydraulically actuated multi-plate wet clutch. And the removed factory ECU chip is included with the stuff.
Okay. I've never heard triple rotor just to describe a dual front, one rear.
I ain't selling it, so
Yeah.
I don't know why they made the choices that they made, but let me tell you
weird.
about the Harley.
Speaking of choices that they made, let's take a look at this Harley.
Harley, 3,700 miles indicated.
3,700 miles of chrome indicated.
Let's see here. It was purchased new by the seller. Now has 3,700, so it's a single owner. Powered by a twin cam V twin paired with 5-speed transmission, also equipped with electronic fuel injection, 2-into-1-into-2 exhaust system, air adjustable suspension, triple disc brakes, 16-inch alloy wheels, Batwing fairing, clear windshield, engine guard, 2-up seating, driving lights, hard-sided saddlebags, a tour pack, and a side stand. Offered at no reserve with the 100th anniversary accessories and a clean Missouri title in the seller's name. Finished in silver and black with chrome accents. 16-inch alloy wheels. Telescopic fork. Dual rear shocks. 120-mile-an-hour speedo. The air-cooled 88 cubic inch twin cam features sequential port electronic fuel injection, 2-into-1-into-2 exhaust. It had factory rated 67 horsepower, 86 foot-pounds of torque. Fluids were changed in 2024 when the tune-up was carried out.
Okay.
And now you need to tell me which one of these two vehicles went for more money.
Okay, that Multistrada, if it's on Bring a Trailer, it's somewhere between 11 and 13,000 it went for, I think.
And chat, we're about 8 seconds behind, so if you've got opinions, you're welcome to provide them now.
But Harley Davidsons are like Porsches. But, okay, I think Harley Davidson, you'll have insane prices if they're buying them brand new, and then they just drop off a cliff. So objectively, the Ducati is the better vehicle. But who knows how much someone is going to pay for a 22-year-old friggin' Harley Davidson.
I just want
this
to make
feels
sure
like one of those things that's probably like a $6,000 Harley. Or someone spends like 30 grand on it because they're insane.
I want to make sure we got on the record your quote that Harley people are like Porsche people.
Mm-hmm.
Let's find out which one of these two bikes
I say the Ducati
went
is
for
more
more
expensive.
money. Space Puny says the Ducati.
Because I'm hoping it's on the low end for the Harley, not an insane high end.
It's the Harley by $400.
Man, I thought Bring a Trailer would have more money on that. That's all they got.
I think that's quite a steal on that bike, quite frankly.
It is.
But unfortunately, that means no challenge point for you tonight. We've knocked out 2 people already. That's I hope we don't have a full sweep here. Sorry, man. No winners, no points. Bring me Duffy.
Boo, Harley.
No. It doesn't have a tournament impact at this point. Now it's just for honor and pride and the occasional opportunity for me to throw up a picture of a 1960s bicycle on the screen. Duffy, how was your race?
You know, not bad.
It was a clean race.
It was very clean.
Might be the cleanest race you've
It
ever
went
turned in
by
here.
far. Yeah, it was my only 2 incident points were in the exact same corner, and it was just when I was trying to push, a little bit farther. So I think, cleanest race of the season.
I've got an interesting one for you. Tonight, you get a Jeep with 360 miles on it, quote unquote.
On a rebuild? Well, we'll find out.
Versus the Raspberry Rocket Land Speed Lakester. Would you like to hear about your vehicles?
Oh, yeah.
The 83 Jeep CJ7 was modified and refurbished under the prior owner, which included installing a new 4.6-liter stroker inline six, which is, of course, why the Odo reads 360, an overhauled 5-speed manual transmission, repainted blue exterior, replaced clutch and suspension components. Additional equipment includes a Holley Sniper EFI system, aluminum radiator, air conditioning, lockable center console, a winch, hood-mounted high-lift jack, because where else would you put it, side steps, and an aftermarket swing-out spare tire carrier with integrated accessory rack. Recently acquired by the selling dealer, it is offered at no reserve in Mississippi with an Alabama registration. As I mentioned, it was a repaint in blue. Carfax states that in September of 2005, the vehicle was registered in a county declared a flood disaster area by FEMA. May have impacted it somewhat. Seating surfaces are trimmed in black vinyl. It has a 90-mile-an-hour speedo. Obviously, they don't know the original mileage. And the engine has a Clifford Performance Intake manifold. Would you like to hear about the Raspberry Rocket?
Yes.
What a night.
I am kind of noticing it. Maybe it's a theme or something. But there's...
This is not intentional. There is no mileage reported on the Raspberry Rocket because how would you even measure that?
Did they put an odometer? Does it have an hours clock on the
Initially built in the 60s by Tim Rochlitzer of Santa Barbara, using aluminum bodywork mounted to a tubular steel chassis, dubbed the Raspberry Rocket, the car is said to have achieved speeds in excess of 200 miles an hour and established multiple class records over several decades of development. Power comes from a naturally aspirated, fuel-injected Chevy V8 linked to a quick-change 2-speed manual and a full floating rear axle. Includes enclosed cockpit, NSD ignition module, aluminum fuel cell, 15 and 18-inch wheels with disc brakes. Following Rochlitzer's death in 2014, the car was campaigned by the Pacific Contrails Racing Team, which is owned by the seller. Last race in September of 2024 at the Bonneville Salt Flats. This is now offered in California with its logbook, laptop, computer, extra tire, spare parts, and a bill of sale. Small block V8 has a 4.030-inch bore and a 2.5-inch stroke, designed to operate at up to 9,000 RPMs, which is kind of a lot for this.
That's a...
Rear-wheel drive through a Doug Nash quick-change 2-speed. Clutch assembly needs to be replaced. Southern California Timing Association logbook included. Extra wheels are included. Car does not have a VIN. Carries no title or registration.
And probably not getting plates, right?
And is being sold as a bill of sale because it will never have a license plate.
Yeah. Should never see a road.
So let's say 2 refurbs.
2 refurbs. I like that Jeep is basically a hot rod. It's pretty sick with the Holley EFI stuffed in there. I'm going with the Jeep because it is much more of just an everyman's vehicle that a bunch of people would want to buy, and the Red Rocket, you got maybe 2 or 3 people out there that want it.
I kind of feel like the Red Rocket has to live at the Salt Flats. I don't know what else you do with it other than put it on a trailer and slam it back into its garage. But this being the Bring a Trailer Challenge, our assumptions are often wrong. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So Drain says the Jorp. Derek says historically modified off-roaders have not done well here. That is also absolutely true. So we've got 2 for the Jeep and 1 for the Lakester. Let's go see what the answer is. And it is the Lakester by $4,750. I would not have guessed.
Now,
I mean, to be clear, I already knew. But no, I would not have guessed.
Now you know if you're in the market for a lake bed speed car.
You can have one for 20. I mean, you know what? You're buying the history. Yeah. That's honestly what you're doing here. You're buying the vehicle of a 1950s NASA engineer, or rather a 1970s NASA engineer. Like that's
and
what.
If you had a collection and a place to put that would be a sweet vehicle to own.
Yep. No points for you.
Nope, that's how it works.
That's 3 for 3, folks. We might sweep the board tonight. Nothing happens to them. I just get to go home happy.
Does it really make you happy to watch everybody around you fail?
Do you think less of me if I say yes?
I mean, we've both worked in security, so you're like a comfortable relationship with failure is pretty par for the course.
The world is all about failure and what you learn from it,
Exactly.
which is why people like us sit on top of the RCA process and say, you did not learn the lesson out of this. What the fuck are you doing? I have to bring you a trailer.
Excellent.
On this trailer, you have two options. Oh, right. So I put this together when I wanted to make sure that it was just extremely unlikely that you were going to pick up this point. And now I feel bad because it turns out just like random mechanical failure is going to put you under tonight and not whatever bullshit I come up with here, which is why...
Oh, a sign. I love a sign.
You need to tell me about...
Safe lubrication. We've already gone to Snetterton, man. You can't set these up like this.
I'd tell you this was unintentional, but no one would believe me. That is 100% pure Pennsylvania safe lubrication.
Yeah.
You need to tell me about this sign versus...
I don't know enough about Pennsylvania to make a good joke here.
Well, they don't either. So this...
Ooh, the dino.
Neon dinosaur sign.
Oh, you know that I'm going to choose the neon dinosaur sign.
Let's
You know
talk
that
about
no
your
matter
cars.
what.
The double-sided painted Pennzoil sign features the company's slogan, Sound Your Z, which I missed that one. I didn't know that was a thing. It's 31 inches wide by 22 inches tall, and there are pre-drilled holes found at the top of the sign. It was acquired by the dealer in 2025. It is offered on no reserve in Salem, Oregon. It's got two sides. They're identical. The text AM563 is found at the bottom center on both sides of the sign. And if you're into ARGs, you have to ask yourself, did I just say that incidentally or did that mean something? Would you like to know about the dyno?
Yes.
The Neon Sinclair sign is a reproduction piece in the shape of the company's dinosaur logo and displays Sinclair and Dino lettering. It measures 62 inches long by 33 inches tall and 7 inches deep. The neon tubes are powered by two 120-volt power cords. It is now available at no reserve in Massachusetts with a wooden shipping pallet. And it also comes with the power cables. And now you know everything there is to know about both the dinosaur and the Pennzoil sign.
So I do know a little bit about neon.
Ooh, go on.
Because a very good friend of mine really enjoys picking up like odd skills and things of that nature. This is a shock to discover in my friends group, but he learned to bend neon.
Oh, like the tubing.
The tubing, yeah. And it's really fun. Like I would love to.
Do you put the neon in the tubing before you bend the tubing, or do you? Okay.
No, you actually you do this like sort of horrifying thing, or thing that at least feels horrifying to me, which is like apparently you support the glass when you melt it with breath. Like you blow into a tube, the glass that's sealed on one side, and so you blow into it to prevent it from collapsing.
Huh.
Which just feels like the best way to think the normal human thing that you do, which is breathe in at an inopportune moment and just, inhale a bunch of
have a whole bunch of glass fume,
yeah, but no, you fill them after the fact. And then you with different things. I can't actually recall. I watched a Zyla Foxen video recently where she talked about bending her own sign as well, which was fun. But I'm going with the dinosaur.
You're going with the dinosaur. So Conan is going with the neon dinosaur. That's the only vote that counts. But for what it is worth, Derek also says the neon dinosaur, and Drain also says the neon dinosaur. And I'm pretty sure everyone thinks it's the neon dinosaur. So
well, I think everybody thinks it's the neon dinosaur, but I think that the ARG component of the Pennzoil sign is what tips it off that it's actually the Pennzoil sign.
It's got 5 random characters.
These 5 random characters basically mean it was owned by Shelby himself. Some fucking bullshit like that.
Colin Chapman once.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The sign.
A man who owned a Lotus spit on this sign once.
Versus the dinosaur. And the answer is... It's the dinosaur by lots and lots of dollars.
Good, okay. I was hoping so. Because fucking neon is
have
really
we restored
expensive.
reality here?
Yeah,
Excellent.
a little bit.
You get 1 challenge point.
And I get to rob you of the satisfaction of defeat.
I have been robbed of everything tonight. I have nothing else. I hope your steering wheel works now.
I hope my steering wheel works
Let's
too.
get into feature race 2. Where's goals? I need goals.
Yes. Tied now.
Any surprises? Wait, what?
Conan's tied with Dr. Gould now.
Oh, shit. Wait, what?
That's right. That challenge point brings the championship to a tie. Dr. Gould and Conan currently at 104 championship points.
I don't have a steering wheel,
So I'm going to be driving with vice grips. I think.
Just hold on to the.
Can we attach his steering wheel back to the pod?
We're going to take a little bit of extra time here in before Feature Race 2 to give Conan a little bit of time to recover.
Do the thing. Feels more like a cast party than a broadcast. So the TCR spec, again. Are you good there?
I think we'll find out.
Okay.
Ride shiny and chrome, Conan.
They have installed and uninstalled these wheels now so many times. It's second nature. And we're taking it to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Goals for you and I. This is kind of like, this is the payoff for us.
Yeah, this was our favorite track during the testing, the preseason testing before this. Yeah.
And so this was built in, I want to say, 1990. Kind of at the beginning. It was the first oval track that was built in a very long time, and it kind of kicked off the next generation of super speedways that were constructed in America. But this was the first. It's got that classic paperclip profile of like long straight with a tight bend. But what's really cool about this one is that it also has a road course kind of circumscribed inside it, and then up the hill and off to the right, starting at turn 4. I don't know. I think on Tonight We Race, we just like really tight uphill right-handers because that's turn 4.
We also like rovals a lot, and while this doesn't really incorporate the long, round ends of the oval course, I think this is one of the best like oval course to racetrack conversions there is.
I agree.
It's just a hell of a thing to race.
I entered this project at the beginning of season 1 hating Charlotte Roval, and now I love Charlotte Roval.
Rovals are great.
Let's check in with Pod 4 here. Do we have? We're putting them in.
I mean, I think I'm going to be driving with Sequential.
Just in case.
Well, we don't know if the buttons and lights are actually working.
Yeah, we'll figure out.
Take a little time. We'll give them a little bit more time.
We'll give them some extra practice.
Let's check in with some of the other guys during the practice. We may.
How about Potato Lobster?
Potato Lobster put in a just absolutely screaming performance in the last feature race. His best result of the season, defending second place for that entire race handedly. I didn't think he put a wheel wrong.
So what's interesting here with Potato Lobster is that during practice before the broadcast, Potato Lobster turned off his steering line and was actually doing really, really great without it. But here we have it turned back on.
Back on.
You might have rolled that decision back.
Yeah, and we leave that up to the drivers. I mean, like, in our use case, because we hop around to so many racetracks, it can be really helpful to have the racing line to help you rapidly learn the track. Yeah, I firmly believe that if you are spending a lot of time racing in any sim rig, or it's beneficial to turn the racing line off and learn the track based on real world markers on the outsides or markers on the track for your speed.
I agree. But I also believe that at the end of the day, despite the competitive aspect of it, at the end of the day, a race is a race against yourself, and you need to do what's going to make you most effective and most comfortable.
Yeah, perhaps the best thing is if you can leave the line on and ignore it when you need to.
Which some drivers can't do. I have that problem. Here is Space Punies, already black flagged for cutting the track. Nice work, pal.
Let's see if
Space Punies having not the best race in Feature Race 1.
Okay, well, I finally made the chicane.
Getting his practice laps in. And let's check in.
We're going to give him 5 minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Checking in on Duffy in his practice lap. And then I hear the slamming sounds of that BD8 shifter.
Conan still having some mechanical issues with the wheel. Is his Discord set to open mic?
It is, but his boom is currently up, which means if he's talking, we can't hear him.
He's in serious mode as he learns the
see how this goes.
The sequential shifter hardware here.
Did we test the paddles and they weren't working, or we just decided?
Just everything isn't working.
Okay.
Powering back up, so we're just going to use it as a result.
All right.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. Conan doesn't have access to his rim right now beyond the ability to use it to turn the wheelbase. So.
We will deassociate it from its base and charge it overnight and reassociate it with the base and see if we've got back. And you know what?
My therapist has been trying to disassociate me from my base and reassociate me to my base.
Let me make a call out here to Simucube. Like, we've had issues with their wheels before, and Simucube support is so fast and so thorough on remote troubleshooting and suggestions. They're the kind of hardware team that when you say, hey, can you tell us what adhesive you used for this glue originally, they will send you the spec and 3 places to go buy it. So we are extremely happy with our Simucube kit. And very surprised that we've got a wayward child tonight.
Yeah, also, that's not an exaggeration. That's a real-world circumstance here. We had an issue with the magnets inside the paddle shifters on the wheel, and we needed to fix it. And they actually sent us the exact glue and said, you can't find it in the States, but here is what, like, a real-world equivalent you should be able to find in a couple of places you can go buy it from.
Eventually did find it in the States once I learned what its stateside name was.
Do your shifting for you.
Which is just like, that is an insane level of customer service. It's really cool to see as a
production
customer.
assist, shoat shift.
Shoat shift.
Not double clutching, shoat shifting like
I've been super pleased with all of our hardware vendors. I think we've been very fortunate. Is there something I need to know back there on Pod 4? Is everything okay?
Yeah, how are we doing?
Okay.
Just Conan learning how the sequential system is working here.
No, just Conan wondering if production can assist him with shifting.
Oh, no, that'd be great. You should do that. That'd be amazing.
Just put his car in auto. Oh, Cone's on the track.
That cone hit was really good.
Well, we didn't want it to be a nail biter for these reasons, but it turns out that Conan and Dr. Gould are now even in challenge points, so let's get this quali going.
Conan, you're good?
Yeah.
He's going fast and furious. Do you think that's true?
Oh no!
I think Conan often drives furiously.
I was taking the NASCAR line, and all of a sudden you were there.
We missed something here.
like
Oh,
a
here we go. I think
split
we're getting the
second,
replay in real time. Are we getting the replay in real time? Nope.
I think they took his car away from him.
It's probably for the best.
It's going to be all over the place.
I'm going to spend the next 2 weeks
I
in
really
the
need to
studio
remember
fixing
is which
things,
way
aren't
the
I?
shifter goes.
All right, into the lone qualifier. They get 2 laps over 10 minutes to put in their time.
2 clean, so you get the 1 warm up to get the tires warmed up and
Listening to the metallic snap of Conan's BDH H1SQ shifter, which we do not normally use on the show because, well, most people don't like driving manuals, but it's my favorite transmission. For those of you who don't troll through our back content regularly, there is actually a head-to-head review of that shifter as well as the MME H Plus Sequential Evo 2, which just released this month, up in the videos in YouTube. And
which we have now installed on Pod 1.
It's on Pod 1, where it's not being used for anything because these have paddles.
Oh, boy howdy. Gotta calm it down a little through there, Conan.
Conan having to adapt to having one hand not where he wants it.
I think he's a little more wild out than usual because he bumped the steering wheel back up to 10 Newton meters. But he, with that one hand on the shifter playing sequential mode, he's...
oh, no, he runs 15.
I don't know that he is. Right
Do you think he put
I
it
am
back?
definitely
You drop
running
it?
15.
He's back at 15?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to put it back to 20 just because he's pissed off. Who among us has not run a 3-hour enduro on 20 and regretted it for a week afterwards?
It's good exercise.
It's not good exercise. It's the opposite of good exercise.
It's bad exercise.
No driver with a clean lap yet.
Given that this is a new racetrack to everybody, it's also a very active track. There's a ton of elevation change, a lot of blind corners, a lot of tight corners you come through. It's part of what makes it an exceptionally fun racetrack, but it is a tricky track to get it clean.
Would you call this New Hampshire's action track?
Please, I hope that's the tagline.
No, it's not. That's actually Winton.
Right, Winton, the Australia's action track.
Potato Lobster about to pick up his time.
Put in a clean here for us, and we're going to see. We have our first time on the track.
The times are trickling in.
111 1s, 111 9s coming in. We have a 110 from our Utah crew remote.
We're watching Conan from the blimp here. While we're doing that, let's get the first results up on the screen there as well.
The dirigible cam. 110.5 from Mike Carr.
Michael, so the Utah crew with pole right now. That's very delightful and surprising. The numbers that we really care about here, Dr. Gould and Pod 4. Looks like we got about a 2.5 gap or 2.25 gap.
Putting in a proper 110.7. That's going to comfortably put him in second place, unless Conan has something to say about it here. And he just might. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. He's definitely up, but he's still going to be in that 111.8 zone. That's going to take a small bite out of his time, but I don't think it's going to be enough to move him up in starting position on the grid.
We got a race, boys.
Now about 1/10 of a second back there, which is still good.
Wow, it is difficult to drive the sequential with one hand. Oh.
Duffy sitting on a 115. Space Puni's on a 111.18.
Another killer lap from Potato Lobster.
Potato Lobster on a 111.9. The famous combo checkered black flag.
The checkered black flag.
Good job. Please stop whatever you're doing.
Mike, what a quality.
That's a good muscle memory to have.
Oh, Mango, please take Derek out. That's all I need here.
Don't do that. Don't listen to him. He's not going to give you anything for it.
That's true. I'm not. We'll have the satisfaction to take complete training.
You can go ahead and punch it if you haven't already. All right, here we go.
All right, the races are gridding up. Let's go back to that.
All right, good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
The final race of Season 3 of Tonight We Race.
In the TCRs.
A season capped with interesting technical challenges.
Truth. Race start from our sequential racer.
He's got eyes locked on the Hellman's car up there. That's the one he's got to take. Feathering that throttle on launch. Perhaps a bit too much feather. And into turn one. He's going to try and pick up a position here immediately, but he's going to go wide.
Through the traffic, that's going to be tough. He's got blue flag, one of our remotes right in front of him, and then Space Pony's ahead of him there. And then that Mayo car is the green and blue one up there, currently in second place. And that is our championship fight.
Ooh. Sorry.
Picks it up. Everybody's still good.
Oh, it's fine. I didn't realize you were back there.
Potato Lobster just providing a little friendly reminder of his existence to Conan.
Showing a wheel when Conan left a gap open. I'd call that clean.
This is all good, clean racing. They're about to make this left, head back down the hill, and then take what might be one of the worst curbs in existence.
There is a gnarly curve on the inside here. Yeah, they put a cone right on top of it.
Myself way off the track.
Best avoid that curb. You can take a surprising amount of dirt on that curb, but not quite as much as Potato Lobster took there without getting an incident point.
There's a ton of leeway available in that turn complex there. Conan diving inside. Potato Lobster diving inside.
Oh, Conan going with the four-wheel slide straight through the grass.
He's just going to take the incident count and keep going. That was probably the correct call there.
Honestly, a tactical move.
System wants him to yield about half a second there. That should be totally achievable under 28 seconds. That only cost him 2, and that was definitely the right call.
Yep, still blue flag right in front of him there. He's chasing up to Dr. Gould. He can't let him get away too far, who is currently leading the race.
I'm really losing my fit here.
This is a scrappy lap, bud.
Checking in with Potato Lobster here.
Potato lobster, you say?
Letting everything hang out of this brick shit house.
Oh, I meant we were watching Space Ponies. We were watching Space Ponies there, and I said Potato Lobster.
Sir?
That's okay. Oh, yeah, all right, you're right.
Do the thing. Thank you.
Do
How we
incident
doing?
Count check?
37.
Yes.
What a day. We entered the night with 20.
I think it was like 26 or something, but still not great. Seeing as we've now collected over a third of our season's incidents in a single night.
Do we get penalized?
We can't get penalized.
My
We're
sponsor's
putting it
back
on.
out.
Yes, there you go.
At 50, my sponsor's back out.
Yeah, Liquid Death won't give us water anymore.
Tonight We Race would like to inform you that Liquid Death is not a sponsor.
It's not an official sponsor.
And that corner's so hard
They
on
could
the
be,
tires.
All they have to do is lift up the phone. And send, I don't know, a pallet, 2 pallets of severed lime. We're not greedy.
No.
But we are thirsty.
Yeah. We'll pay them in advertising space.
Oh, Potato Lobster getting out. That was
Boy,
awful close
howdy,
to a
that
pit
was-
there.
That was almost massive dangerous.
That would be kicking a man while he's down.
It's a little crazy being behind a Conan at any point in time, and right now he's driving wild out trying to find pace in that car. But I think the problem is he just keeps putting more into it, and it needs less.
It's true, and he's got 2 problems going on right now. The first is that all of his muscle memory is shot because he's now driving one-handed. And the second is that he knows he has to drive aggressively to catch up, and these cars do not reward that.
Truth. Is he going to show blue flag a wheel here coming into the braking zone?
There's no
He's
way
gonna
I'm
size it up, but
bombing
he
that.
just doesn't have to dive.
But he
Oh,
does
blue
take
flag
all
blows
of
the
it, and
corner.
he's absolutely going to get a
little
piece
bit of
out
contact
that.
on the corner exit there, but that's okay. Both cars stayed all right. We like that about the TCRs.
Did not take an
I hope
incident.
the
The
Veloster has,
iRacing
like,
gods
the
bless
worst
him.
brakes of all the cars.
Yeah, the Civic has the best.
Ooh.
It's now a big party back here in Potato Lobster Land. Let's check in on Duffy. Duffy in pause 7. He's not having the fastest run here with a 7 incident count. We'll have to check back in on the replay and see what the drama was there. Holds it together. Back out to the shoat cam. Crossing through the straight on that giant oval section.
This
and
is our
turning in.
This is our camera following Potato Lobster. Oh, as he sizes up the inside there and decides to back out of it instead of causing the accident. That was a very respectful choice.
You know, it is. I'm going to offer you an alternative future here where he decided to take the 2 incident points and cut it. He might have gotten away with that. New Hampshire is so interesting for a number of reasons, not least of which is you can get a little filthy with some of those corners. Yeah. Filthier than other track interpretations. What's going on in our 1-2 fight up there?
All right, now we're following Dr. Gould. It looks like he's got Mike Carr of the Utah crew.
Utah crew's still up front, and the problem with this is we actually don't know who's driving right now.
But whoever they are, they're doing a hell of a job.
Good job, Utah crew. Good job, Mango.
Mango here in the unique position to not just win the race, but to earn a lot of money from Conan. Depending on the choices he makes in these next couple of laps here.
I'm sure we've got some time left. We've got 13:30 on the clock here.
He could tactically give Derek a black flag, which I think would allow Conan to pull the race here.
It is nice hearing that clack in the studio.
It's a very solid click. Those shifters are remarkably nice hardware for how fiddly they've been.
I think
Oh, a little bit of curb there on the inside, like the Veloster.
they are
right
a
up.
very English, handcrafted specialty product, like the Land Rover of yore. Dr. Gould looking for position on Michael Carr.
Who is this Mango fellow?
I was going to say, I can go back through the Discord logs and figure out who this is precisely, but it's kind of fun not knowing.
Yeah, and where did he learn to drive like that?
Looking at some of the fast lap times here, it looks like Dr. Gould has turned in a 109.7, which is by far the fastest lap of the group here. It looks like he has the pace to catch up to Slackware, but not enough to really force the issue on his own terms. Conan's best right now is a 111, and that's not going to bring him back into contention here at the moment.
Oh, that looks.
Potato Lobster trying to keep up with that pack there.
Oh, the gap is pretty
You know,
tight.
I rarely
at the front
like
of our
like
pack here for 1 and
infield
2. That
oval
may be where our
courses, but
fight
this one's
is.
pretty sweet.
Let's
Yeah,
go
this
back
was
out to 1
really
and 2.
fun.
Or is this going to be still the same?
They're going to have to start getting creative about the lines they take through these corners, or at least Dr. Gould is going to.
Veloster versus Honda here. Dr. Gould comfortable where he's at. If he finishes ahead of Conan, he wins. If Conan finishes ahead of him, Conan wins. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but I also think that Dr. Gould is not racing to beat Conan. He's
No.
racing to take the podium on this one. He's racing for first. Like
It's
that
true,
is
yeah.
100%
We're-
what he's doing.
We're
here.
all racing for first. We're having a good time.
I think that if you suggested to him that all he had to do was take it easy and he beat Conan, he would look at you very strangely.
Almost certainly.
Man, I'm going to have to ship him alcohol.
Smooth, clean driving like this. is
He's
what gets
definitely
you the
putting the
pace.
pressure on. It's very possible that the Utah crew has just stopped looking in their rear view at this point because it's not a pretty picture.
Safe move. Sizing up the inside, trying to make that Honda wiggle around, but the Honda's just better on the brakes than the Veloster there.
Yeah, it's a tough car to be behind when you've got the pace because it's going to outbrake you every single time. Oh, we're taking the inside line here. This might get him what he wants.
I think he's going to try sizing him up through the middle here, but the Honda does not have to concede the inside line here through the corner.
And he
does a
doesn't.
brilliant job of staying defensive there and taking that spot on the track like he deserved it, because he did. And as a result, he was able to defend the position and maintain his first. Well done. Well done, Mango.
That was good. That was fun. I like that.
Now that's what I call pod racing. None of these racers are in our pods.
Golly jeepers. Clocking back out to the Conan cam, we are sitting on 9 minutes and 30 seconds in this race. The fight that we care about, Conan and Dr. Gould currently sitting at 4th place and 2nd place respectively. Conan's pace still sitting around a very consistent 111 and change. Dr. Gould still holding the lap record for this run at 109.7. And they're turning in, so that I don't think we're getting into a lapping situation here based on these gaps in lap times, but obviously the gap to the front is expanding. Duffy in clean air, holding position 7. He's currently sitting on a best lap of a 1:15.7. Just given that we selected this track for how crazy it is, that's probably pretty understandable. Space Punies. In the chase for Dr. Gould in his current position, that'd get him a podium. Obviously, this is not him inventing time travel, so it's probably not going to happen.
It's true.
And Potato Lobster still hot on the heels of Blue Flag. How long has this been going on?
Doing a great job of moving that Hyundai around.
Still taking a little bit too much of the death trapezoid for my taste.
Good on the gas there early, picking up a little bit of time and drive on the Audi.
Potato Lobster setting his fastest lap, almost giving Blue Flag a love tap.
Putting the pressure on there, taking just the right amount of curb on the outside there. Honestly, much faster line from Potato Lobster through there, but he just had that Audi right in front of him that killed his drive.
Going wide through this right-hander. I bet he's thinking to himself, if I had taken a slightly more inside line, I could have had that. And I think he could have. He would have taken a 1 second black for that.
But he's got the drive there and sizing up this Audi for sure. What is the death trapezoid? As you'll notice, I'll point it out as we come around the next couple of corners here. There is a cone on the top of a section of track that's on the inside of this right-hand corner that's just after this left we're currently in. And if you tap it, it's death. It's that one right there.
Do not touch the trapezoid.
That is the do not touch zone. It's a no-go zone. It is not fun.
What's really interesting is that they replace the code every lap.
It's not an erogenous zone, it's an erroneous zone.
You've been working on that one for a while. You workshop that? Here we have Shote Cam on the Potato Lobster fight. 1-2 still pretty spicy up there, but am I right in saying that Space Punies is starting to pick up time up there?
I think Space Ponies might be picking up some time. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to show a wheel to those guys, but he's putting the drive in for sure. Ooh, I think he's actually got the right line through there with the Hyundai. It's just a matter of getting that power down earlier and capitalizing on the drive, and I think he can pull it out. Blue Flag in the Audi doesn't look the most composed come through those corners, and you'll notice he's going a little wide on some of these.
Is the cone behaving like a hard wall in the sim? No, it's not. It's just the geometry of that trapezoid is so savage. It's just a horrible curve. It's kind of like the hot dog at the Lime Rock right-hander at the chicane, except you can't really avoid it if you're taking a good line.
It's just a bad time in the TCR cars especially, and if you clip it, it will lift the right side of your car off the road surface and send you directly into the exit wall on the outside. So it'll cause a big accident if you touch it with enough gusto.
It's a strange thing about the TCRs. They like having all four wheels on the ground. Unlike, say, the SF-23 when they're mating. Such great crashes.
Spectacular crashes always in the open wheel cars. He's got the drive here. If he can put it down.
I am strongly inclined to make next season Formula 4. That's where I'm currently sitting in my brain.
Just a little less power than the Super Forms we were running before.
Substantially less powerful. It's more akin to a Super Formula Light, and even then a little less.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we all had actually a surprising amount of fun in those open wheelers, except for those cars were a fight.
Yep. Yeah.
And that right there is the white wall on the outside that you got to worry about if you touch the danger trapezoid.
Yeah, these brackets super on tires.
Conan's still sitting on a 111.1. Dr. Gould's still sitting on a 109.7. Their paces have not materially changed.
Putting in a very impressive drive for learning the track with one hand and modulating the sequential shifter through his mechanical issues with the paddles and buttons on his wheel rim going dead at the beginning of race 1. Unfortunately, it wasn't just a charge issue. We weren't able to recharge the wheel and get it back connected.
The good news is that all that stuff's replaceable, so I have no doubt we will be in ship shape by season 4.
Truth.
Although the list of hardware that needs to go back to its respective vendor is increasing.
It's getting a little longer, yeah. That's a bummer. Spare hardware shelf is getting more expensive in the post-Tariff era as well.
You know, people that we speak with in a number of different contexts also frequently ask us why we don't buy Moza wheels or Fanatec wheels or some of the other bits and pieces that are very popular in the entry and mid-level right now. And the answer is race-to-race durability. We slam these machines for hours and hours and hours every week. And Until tonight, nothing breaks.
That's true. These have, you know, 3+, what is it, 4 or 5 seasons if you're counting all the dev work.
If you're counting the
of racing.
pre-seasons and all the specials,
Yeah.
they've got about 5 seasons of load on them.
Yeah, and we're only just starting to run into any sort of mechanical or technological errors there.
In fact, the thing that I'm most unhappy with is seats, quite frankly.
And that's a solved problem.
Yep.
Sort of.
Pod 4 being the first of our pods that is running an actual Sparco GT, which is an actual entry-level motorsport seat that sells at the price range of a high-end sim racing seat and is beefier by leaps and bounds.
More comfy.
What are those cones doing
tires.
out there?
Don't
It's like
worry
a
about those
gate.
cones.
It's like someone built a gate. It's a slalom. You got to go through it.
You go through the uprights, and and that is the danger.
Ooh,
But
recovers
touching the
it.
danger trapezoid.
You get unsettled through there, you are going to have a bad time.
How's our fight for first looking?
Bring
Looks
in-
like Dr. Gould has realized I don't think he actually has the pace required to put a move on that.
No, I think
on
he's
that
backed off a
Honda,
little bit.
And is probably realizing, crunching the numbers and realizing he can lunge and dive, but at the end of the day, all he's risking is a lot more than just one place in this race.
Let's take a look at the incident count here real quick, because I think that might put a cap on the story here. With a minute and a half left, Duffy has already taken his drive-through. Isaiah asks if the tracks are announced to the drivers ahead of time. That's actually a really great question. The feature race tracks are hinted to the drivers 2 weeks ahead of the season, given to the drivers 1 week ahead of the season, and then the cold open races are only revealed night of when they session into their practice session and see what bullshit they've been dealt.
But of course, the cold opens are just for fun. But yeah, so they get a little bit of advance notice to get used to the racetracks before, but not a ton.
This is the first season where we've done the majority of the cold opens in actually the feature race car, just under very strange and artificial circumstances. Not, of course, counting episode 3, where we ditched the cold open because Rich O'Healy and Michelle Miller did the Mount Washington Hill climb with us, which was super awesome, and we would be thrilled to see them again in the studio. What do we got? We got our first white flags out there. All the white flags are out there. According to the Magic Position Tracker, I try not to switch cameras when Choate's frantically punching at the buttons there. Do we need to get you more buttons? But backwards Michael Carcam. Oh, I've wanted this forever. Yeah, that's a Dr. Gould that is not taking risks at this point.
Sure.
Which is fine. I don't think he has what he wants, but he has what he needs.
Hell of a drive from Mango with the Utah crew. That is.
Oh no! What? he's through, right?
Yes,
like,
he's through the race.
He's through the race,
over.
right?
It's over. He's through the race,
okay.
if you will.
Good job, Kyle.
Like, dude, super fun.
What a weird way to head out of first place. So our final results for this race are
things you only get in sim racing. the post race bumper cards. The boys are having fun. It's the finale of the season.
Gentlemen, the taxpayers pay for those cars. In first place for the final race of Season 3, the Utah crew, followed by Dr. Gould in Pod 2, Space Punies in Pod 4, Conan with a heroic effort after technical challenges, Blue Flag, Potato Lobster, and Duffy. Trying not to overspeak over their adultations of joy, and I believe, do we have the final scoring here? Are we prepared to do the thing?
We're punching the scoring in right now.
We're doing spreadsheet operations over on the technical desk right now. Are we good? Can I have the thing? Where's the thing? Is the thing over here?
A real shame for Conan. If he wanted to win the championship, he probably shouldn't have had a
Slide it
mechanical
over here.
problem. That's what I.
Oh,
would have done.
is it? Oh, no, I'm not gonna pull it up. Do I even have it? Hold on, it might be over here.
Can we do? Oh,
We did put it over here. Okay, thank you. So then in first place for the Tonight We Race Championship League TCR in Season 3, we have Dr. Gould. Congratulations. Doctor, we bought you a bottle of champagne as is tradition, but it turns out...
And we will be popping it and drinking it.
It turns out you live somewhere else, so I guess we're just going to have to drink it. We will find some way to get something nice to you. Congratulations.
Yep.
In second place, Conan, is there gluten in champagne? No. I'm going to give this to you anyway then. Congratulations.
Feel free to pop it and spray champagne all over your race.
Does that help the rig perform?
And in third place, we have a tie between Space Punies and Offside, who is not present and DNF'd tonight.
Well, it sounds like.
Which means by default,
Sounds like because Space Punies raced more races in the series, he gets the position.
I think that we could do that, but I also think we could have a tiebreaker race.
Okay.
Ooh, a
If-
night tiebreaker.
If
Right now.
Stay tuned.
all right, Formula V's on Lime Rock. Are you ready to grid in?
Yes.
Tom, are you ready to grid in?
Tom?
Well, I guess you win by default.
Looks like he didn't show up, man.
To first win, you.
It's a rough day for showing up.
The Utah crew
rough day for showing
in synthetic fourth, fifth. Congratulations! What a charge from the back there. And then rounding us out are Blue Flag and Potato Lobster and Duffy, and then finally Yelmel, who did manage to come in for 2 nights. I believe he's in Japan right now. He's doing something cooler than what we're
traveling.
doing.
I think he's following around an actual challenge driver or something. I don't know. He's doing.
No,
races.
that's
oh
Mr.
no, that's
Goat.
Mr. Goat.
We have all sorts of people doing all sorts of really cool things between seasons this year, and that's going to bring us to the last. Hopefully, never looking at Snetterton ever again. The final slide of the evening. I'm going to go ahead and call out that, hey, Tonight We Race is a community project. We source our drivers from the community. We broadcast to our community. We discuss, we plan, and we develop as a community. And we would love for you to be part of that community, either if you were in the greater Seattle area as one of our local drivers through a seasonal stint, or if you own iRacing at home, one of our remote drivers, or even just hang out in the Discord and shoot the shit. Point being, this project works because of volunteers like you, and we'd love to have more of you. And that means that we kick the exit music and we end this final season 3 episode of Tonight We Race. We are thrilled that you came and hung out with us tonight. Goals, thank you again, co-host.
Absolutely.
Big round of applause for Shote, who is always in the background.
Production assistant.
And doing all of my dirty work while I get to be up here and act like I'm having fun. And we are going to do 3 weeks of development work or so here.
Act like you're having fun.
3 weeks or so development work, and then we will be back at you with Tonight We Race Season 4, whatever that happens to entail, possibly flight simulation. We'll see you then.
Come race with us.
Or ace with us.
Oh. All right, I'm getting
The camera needs to cut now. What's there? All right, we're out. I've been waiting to bust that one out for 2 seasons.
The spiciest night of Tonight We Race broadcast.
Holy cow.
That was extremely tough.
Everyone got through it. I'm so proud of everyone. And now I'm going to do...